I think it's Wednesday. How are you? How was your day? It was a weird day. It was yeah. Can we agree that time was weird today because it was 100% weird today? Okay, let me make sure over here that I don't have subscriber chat only. Okay, sweet. I know. So this evening I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. And I used to do these a lot. It's energy and aura reads. For those of you guys that don't know me, hi. I am the Blue Bodhi. I am a renowned aura artist. I have multiple forms of synesthesia. I have chromesthesia, I have grapheme, spatule, and I also have an interesting form called tactile visual. But I have been an aura artist and aura reader for a very long time. I have a lot of celebrity clients. Most of them are horror movie stars, scream queens, etc. So I am doing that this evening. I do already have a few people on my list. This is being streamed live both on TikTok and YouTube. So if you miss your reading, you 100% can go and check it out on YouTube. You do not have to be present for these, just so you guys know. You do not have to be present for these. So, shall we just get into it? We should. We should. I do want to say one thing because this is something I'm sure someone will ask. Just because you have somebody reading your energy, just because you have somebody reading your aura, it doesn't give them access to you. It doesn't give them access to pull anything from you, etc. Just so you guys know. A lot of people think that if somebody is reading your energy, then they can like pull things, and that's not the case. I'm just saying. All right, so Lexi Stanley, you are first. Let me find you on here. Yeah. Are you ready? So, Lexi, whenever I kind of tune in a little bit, you are this gorgeous, like, really pale bubblegum pink color. And it actually looks like if someone blew a huge bubble of bubblegum. It's pink, it's big, it's round. I love seeing this color and I hate it at the same time, and I'm going to explain why. So this color pink is all about love and friendship and self-love and so on. But when I see it in an aura, or I see it with someone's energy, because this is the only color I see, it gets a little bit darker, but like if there was just a dark line around the edge, it doesn't fade in or anything. It's just pink. What that tells me is that, well, it tells me two things. One, you are trying to be the peacemaker in every situation right now. It also tells me that there are a lot of people, your bubble keeps expanding like this. There are a lot of people, either you are trying to block their negative shit or you're trying to fix it. You're trying to make sure that they feel like you're trying to make them feel right, I guess. I don't know. It's almost like a peacekeeping thing. I'm just trying to keep the peace. I'm just trying to keep the calm. The problem with only having that big pink color like that is that it also tells me that you're getting taken advantage of right now. And so my nose is itching. Somebody's talking about me. Also, I mowed the yard and my allergies are a thing. It tells me that you're getting taken advantage of right now, because people that have just a solid baby pink aura like that are targets for people that like to use other people for shit. So here's what I'm gonna recommend. Go watch a hero movie. I'm serious. Watch a hero movie. Like a superhero movie, one of your favorites. Watch something about some goddesses. Listen to music that you feel like pumps you up. Because when you are pumped up and you are, pulling in this other, like, more strong, more empowered energy, your aura, your energy color is going to change, because you're going to be pulling that in and see where people are manipulating you, if that makes sense. I love that it's big and round and trying to encompass everything. I love that you are trying to make sure that everybody is happy, that everything is even, but we all unfortunately know that that's not how it really goes in life. So the other thing I'm going to say is this, because as I see this big bubble, and like I said, it's just got like a line around it, that's it. But down here toward the dark, underneath it, it's got like a shadow. So I don't know if you're not feeling good, if you have allergies, if you're coming down with something or whatever, but just keep an eye on you, keep an eye on your health and how you're feeling, because that weird little darkness underneath there, usually to me when I see that, it signifies that somebody isn't feeling super great. So take some of that pink and use the self-care aspect of it. Tell everybody else to screw off for a little bit. And yeah, take care of you. Take care of Lexi. Don't let them suck all of this energy out. Okay? Does that make sense? Don't let them suck all of that energy out. Thank you for that compliment. That was so sweet. But yeah, it's just, it's interesting that you're just one big color. I love it. I love it. It tells me that you are who you say you are. What you see is what you get. You don't try to put on some falseness to be somebody else. And that's kind of rare today. Everybody tries to put on falseness to be somebody else. I feel like we're sliding more back to everybody being honest, and I'm all about it. But whoever this is that is trying to manipulate, take advantage, etc., you have to put a stop to that, okay? So go watch your favorite hero movie. Go watch a god or goddess movie that empowers you. Go listen to some music that empowers you. Take you, some self-care time, some ritual bath time, like things like that. But yeah, you want to make sure that you are fighting for you, okay? So my cat is trying to be nice. He was a bad kitty child earlier, and he's now trying to be nice, and I'm kind of not having it. This time. So these are going to go just a little bit faster than normal because I don't have to draw cards or anything. But if I feel like I'm getting a little too low, then I will cut my tickets off. So if you want to grab a ticket, get one real quick. All right, Sadie. Actually, let me go do this first. Okay. There we go. Lexi, I do want to say this also real quick. You need to make sure that you're putting up some kind of shield. I don't know the situation. I don't know who this is that's doing whatever they can to take advantage of you and it's basically where you are trying to spread yourself too thin to make sure that everybody is happy, and it's draining the shit out of you. So you need to put up something in between you and this person. Iron is the best thing you can use. You can use a nail, you can use whatever. If you don't have a piece of iron, or if you don't have anything, silver is going to be the next best one. Silver is going to be the next best thing. You want to have it on your left hand. Your left hand is what you take stuff in from. Your right hand is what you give out. So you want to have it on this hand, okay? Because I feel like they're doing it on purpose, and I feel like they know they're doing it. And yeah, that's not cool. Lexi, I'm just saying. All right, Sadie Poo, you ready? Y'all will never know the pain of having white blonde hair. Well, I mean, some of you will. Having a white blonde hair that's like, I have one right here, and it keeps getting down in front of my face. So all I can see is this wispy thing. It drives me, it's stupid. It's stupid. It drives me up the wall. All right. What are you doing, Vlad? Uh-huh. Are you supposed to be in here? He got in trouble in my office earlier, and he knows he's not supposed to be in here. I don't have the door closed because Zeus is up here hanging out, and he doesn't really come upstairs a lot. So yeah, Vlad's been on the naughty list today. Vlad's been on the naughty list today. All right. Ready, Sadie? That's funny. You must really be ready because I didn't even have to take a full big old breath, and you had the... You're in full-on healer mode. Like, it was like a solid wave of green coming at me. You know, like when you see on science-y films and the energy wave goes like this. Like, it was a solid green just coming at me like that. You're in full-on healer mode. This is like a really bright emerald green color. Okay, I see you. I see you. This green hit me, and I was like, all right, there's something behind the green, though. There's a big old wall back there. And the wall itself is like really dark gray, almost black. And y'all, if somebody tells you have black in your aura, it's not a bad thing, so don't freak out. But you have this green that's coming out like this. You're in this like full-on healer mode. Like, you're trying to do all the things for everybody. You're trying to make sure that you're good, that you're healthy, that you're happy, that everybody around you is healthy and happy. I would not be surprised to know if you are learning some healing modalities, looking into them, delving down the Reiki path, like whatever it is. The green coming out like that, it just... The thing I want to talk about, though, with the emerald color, this is also a very analytical color. So I have this feeling that you're also kind of putting these feelers out like this to see who's going to... It's almost like who's going to bite back. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, bite back. Like, you're putting the feelers out, testing the waters around a couple of people, like 2 people in particular, that you physically know, trying to see if they are who they say they are. In other words, you already have an inkling that they're fibbing to you or they're doing something behind your back. And so you're putting out that analytical feel at them like this. So the first one is a male, and 100% they're hiding shit from you. The second one, I feel like the second one is also a male, but the first one is like the more like alpha one of the two. Does that make sense? The second one is also male. They're hiding something from you, but it's not malicious. Does that make, I don't know, does that make sense? It's not malicious. The first one is like, they're a dick. They're doing it on purpose. Just saying. But the other one is not malicious. So I don't know if this is like, I don't feel like it's a surprise. I feel like it's something that they're worried will stress you out. Okay? If that makes sense. But let's talk about this wall back here. Because you have this humongous, like behind this gorgeous emerald green coming out, you have this crazy big ass, real, I thought it was black at first, but it's not. It's really, really dark gray. So gray is a really interesting color to see in an aura, because that tells me, so gray is a color of like sophistication and neutrality. It's like, you know, when you go in and you see gray marble somewhere, it just looks expensive, right? But this is almost black. It tells me that you're putting up this massive protection wall, whatever it is. Like, I feel like on the other side, it's like little bitty like this. I'm going to advise you not to take that wall down. Normally, I'd be like, no one needs a wall like that. But I feel like your spidey senses are out for legitimate reasons. I'm going to advise you to leave that fucking wall in place. Send out that little, you know, analytical shit and be paying attention to who is accepting of the analytical shit, who comes clean and who doesn't. But for some reason, my gut says to tell you to keep that wall up. Keep that wall up. The other thing that wall tells me, especially that color, is that you're You're really intensely trying to change your whole trajectory. You're trying to change your path, your life, your, like, literally everything. You're trying to change everything that you can. Girl, get it. Go, get it. Don't stop. Don't stop for anybody. That's another reason why I said I don't want to tell you to take that wall down, because that wall is also pushing you forward. So leave the wall up, leave the wall in place. Let it be a fake it till you make it kind of thing, because gray is also a color of like sophistication. So let it push you forward. Let it 100% push you forward. I want to reiterate again the two male presences. That first one is 100% fibbing on purpose in a malicious way. Okay. The other one, I think they're just trying to protect you, and they're doing it the wrong way, if that makes sense. Well, that's interesting. There's a fly in my office. Welcome to springtime. It's great. It's fun. It's fantastic. So, did that make sense, Sadie? You're not sure who they are? Yeah, I guarantee you that in the next couple of days, you'll be like, I see you. I see you. Yeah. I did see what you said about the wall, so that makes me happy. That makes me happy. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. All right, Kirby is next. Oh, I am trying to tell myself, like, don't itch your eyes. Don't itch your eyes. We have storms rolling in tonight, and I needed my yard mowed, and I went out and weed eated a lot and stuff, and I had to take like a Claritin earlier. So like, all right, Kirby, you ready? Don't look at that. When I take deep breaths, I want to yawn. I don't know why. First of all, Kirby, you're juggling too much. You're juggling too much. You're like a whole bunch of like the bouncy balls. You're a whole bunch of kind of cobalt blue bouncy balls on this big white background, or I guess white floor, but they're like all in different phases like this. There's three main ones, like three main cobalt bouncy balls, and then there's a whole bunch of little ones I can see out there. You're trying to juggle way too much. You're trying to take on way too much. And the thing that I want to say about this specifically is that here's the crazy flag. Time has been acting weird lately. So be careful with how much you're taking on. The fact that all of them are blue, they're not any different color, all of them are blue, tells me that the things you're taking on, you're doing it because of loyalty. You're doing it because of feeling a need to protect people. You're doing it because of pettiness. But those are like the three main things. Like, you're taking on all of this stuff over here because you feel loyal to this person or this situation or this job or whatever. You're taking on all of this stuff because you feel protective over these people, etc. You're taking on all of this stuff over here because you're like, fuck you, watch me do it. But be careful, because that means that you can get burnt out a little too easy if you continue to take on more and more things. God damn it. Nose is itching. I do want to talk about the white base down here. So when I see white in somebody's aura, it tells me that they're in a like seeker phase. Does that make sense? They're in a learning phase. I don't know if you have been trying to decide what to learn, if you bought a bunch of books or whatever. My friend, just dive down just jump off the Niagara Falls. Just plunge into it. I love that the whole base of it is white. You right now are at a peak area where your brain, your energy, everything is open for you to be able to pile all the knowledge in there. There's a ton of free like audiobooks on YouTube. There's some great videos on YouTube. There's great videos on TikTok. Like, the reason I say YouTube is because YouTube has a much longer format. And so you're going to get videos that are an hour or 2 hours long or whatever. You can get like the full audiobooks of some things. I'm also trying to give you guys like some free options. Audible is always a good one. I think Spotify has, you've been learning a lot. I think Spotify has some, like, I would look and see what kind of free audiobooks are out there. I'm going to tell you guys, everybody jokes about, you know, sleeping on a book and having osmosis or whatever. But some of the older magical texts, then they're boring. Like they literally are. They're boring. The Key of Solomon, the ancient papyri, like they're boring. I'm not going to lie. They're boring when you listen to them. But you can listen to those bitches while you sleep. 100%. Listen while you sleep. I have a couple of audiobooks that are like older books. A couple of them are Buddhism books and stuff like that. And they're like scripture. And for me to sit and listen to them, they legit 100% put me to sleep. But I will let them play. I'll listen to them while I'm asleep. And you will pick stuff up. I promise. I promise. It's not just a myth. Now, are you going to remember everything in that book word for word? No. But you will pick stuff up, I promise. You'll pick stuff up. And with having that white base under all of that blue, dude, be cramming stuff in your brain constantly. Constantly. Let me fly my nerd flag for a little bit. So when I take a shower, I put on an audiobook. I'm not gonna lie. I put on an audiobook when I'm in the shower. I'm super bougie and I just happen to have an extra TV that I didn't put in the guest bedroom. So it's in my bathroom. So if I'm taking a hot bath, if I'm sitting in there, I will watch a long video on YouTube about something. Usually it's about occult studies and shit. So I'm just saying, when you are at a point where you're like, let me learn everything I can, you will have something going all the time. And having that gorgeous white, pristine white base down there, dude, cram all of the knowledge in there, all of the knowledge in there. But I want to touch really quickly on those things again, because like I said, there's 3 main categories of this gorgeous cobalt blue. And just don't, I think that you're right at the verge of taking on too many things. So when somebody tomorrow or Friday asks you to take on some stuff, think the first thing out of your mouth needs to be, let me think about it. Okay. Let me think about it. Let me check my schedule. Let me think about it, whatever. Because I have this feeling that if you take on 2 or 3 more things, it's going to crash. Does that make sense? Like you're right at that level. And because you have that big white base, whatever it is that you need to be finding and learning is more important, is way more important right now. Okay. Hope that makes sense, Kirby. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. All right. Taylor is next. Man, I have to get like a spacer for this ring, and I don't like this spacer. It's got like sharp edges. I don't like it. So when I rub my hands together, like I can feel it. I don't like it. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. All right. Taylor, you're like 3 shades of purple. So you're like this, it's funny, and it goes like this. It's like slanted. It's like this really deep, deep, dark purple. And then it gets a little lighter and then a lavender, right? So a deep, deep, dark purple, then like a royal purple, and then like this strip of lavender down the middle. So let's talk about all of those different ones. So we're going to talk about this. Actually, we'll talk about the lavender first, because lavender is the smallest one. And they almost form like a pyramid. It's crazy. So the lavender down the middle, this is something that has to do with some nostalgia that's been stoked up in your brain lately. I don't know if this is because of spring, if this is because of, I think it's the season. There's something that has pulled up this, man, I remember when I was a kid and I used to do this, or I used to go here, or my grandparents or my parents or whatever. It's this interesting little strip, but it's really, really pale lavender, and that signifies something very nostalgic. So what I'm going to say is give that some of your energy. There's a reason that that specific memory, that specific need, because nostalgia is usually a mix of like memory and a need to feel that way again. Does that make sense? Give that some energy, because right now it's just this little tiny strip down the top, but it keeps popping up for a reason. So make sure that you are paying attention to what that nostalgia is. And then I would do the therapist thing and think about why that particular memory, that particular place, that particular person or family member or whatever. I would kind of unpack that and see what's going on. I don't think that you need to do shadow work with it, not nostalgia or whatever, but it's reminding you of something on purpose. The royal purple, the next color that's underneath there, right, like that is a very, very, it's two different things, okay? It's a very deep spiritual color, but it's also like the color of royalty, right? I have a feeling that this is a little bit of both. Let's talk about the royalty part. You're finally stepping into your own self. You are finally becoming Taylor, you know, like this is who you are, instead of the daughter, or, you know, the kid of so-and-so, or the student here, or the worker of here, or, you know what I mean? Like, you finally feel like you are stepping full on into who you are. And I think that's utterly fucking fantastic. And I don't know if this is why the nostalgia is popping up, or if this is why, actually, I think it is. I think it is. Sometimes when we start stepping onto the path of who we are, it's almost like part of our psyche fights to go, wait, what if though we were able to do this? So I would unpack that nostalgia of why that's coming back up. But I want to talk about the spiritual part, because the spiritual part also has to do with this really dark purple underneath. And here's what I'm going to say about that. Everything is balance. Everything is balance. When it comes to spirituality, you have to have balance. And you can argue with me till you're blue in the face, because somebody out there will, and that's fine. But I have been in this realm long enough. I've been doing what I've been doing long enough. And at one time, I was that person that was like, I'm all love and light. I'm never going to do anything bad. Well, guess what happens? It's like a pendulum. It can never stay one side. It can never stay up here. And it can never stay only up here. It is automatically going to try to come right back to the middle. It's going to swing both sides, and it's automatically going to come right back to the middle. Okay? So you can never, ever be all good or all bad. You just can't. You just can't. You can't. You can usually tell where someone is along their path, and I don't mean how long they've been practicing. I don't mean what style they practice, what spirituality they are. I don't mean any of that. I mean, you can tell how far someone has evolved by their theories on good or bad. So, Taylor, I want you to remember that. Remember how I said the bright purple was about this big and the dark purple was the biggest swatch down there? It tells me that you've been kind of like considering some of the dark shit. Like, you've been either looking at demonology, or you've been looking at baneful workings, or how to do them, or whatever. It also tells me that this bad, you know, this like, let's look at baneful shit is becoming bigger and bigger, because you have been pushing yourself to only be one way. So just a quick little story time. I went through a phase where I was going through a horrible divorce. I had all of this bad shit happening, right? And I thought, you know what? Because I have all this bad shit happening, let me only be love and light, right? And some of you guys have heard this story. I had a day where I had some interesting seizure activity because of some storms, and I was sitting down to create a deck of cards. I thought I was creating this deck over here, and I did not. I created a deck that out of 66 cards, only 7 of the cards were good. The rest of them were horrible, horrible. And I took them to a friend of mine, and I had them in a velvet bag, and I was just like, what is this? And she barely touched the bag, and she said, this is what happens when you try to be all one way or all another. If you try to be all love and light all the time and there is nothing else, no gray, no black, it's all white, there's nothing else, eventually you're going to swing so hard back to the dark over here that you're almost going to forget that the light exists. So you have to have the balance. And I want you to think of it in terms of like the universe, in terms of the animal kingdom and so on. There's always a balance. So Taylor, it is 100% okay to learn about all that dark stuff back there and all of those things that have been on your head, and why you should be learning them, because they're popping up for a reason. Learn about them. Learn about them. Okay? So I hope that makes sense, Taylor, with your pretty purple self there. All right. Cynthia H. You ready? Cynthia's like 2 colors. It's interesting. You are 2 separate colors and there's nothing in between. Like, it's just open. So you are super magenta on this right here, and it's like this block of magenta, and then over here is this block of just purple, like regular color purple, right? So let's talk about this because they don't touch. There's a lot of space in between them. I love magenta people, and I'm gonna tell you why. So magenta is a really interesting mix of pink and red. And pink is the peacemaker, the love, the self-love, you know, all those things. And red is action. So when I see somebody that has magenta in their aura or their energy, I know that they're really trying to be a good person. But they will 100% pop you in the mouth. If you keep on spewing, they are going to pop you in the mouth. And I love it. I think it's fucking funny. It also tells me that you have hit a point where you're tired of sitting still. When I see magenta, that person does not like to sit still, but they're not quite into that red category where it's like go, go, go until you hit the wall and fall out. So seeing the magenta over here, especially on the left, you're so fed up with the feeling of being stopped. I was going to say stagnant, but that's not it. It's like every time you try to go, there's a wall. Like every time you try to move, there's a wall. You're so sick of feeling like you're stopped. Like there's a stop every time. And that's where this purple comes in, because this purple it's just what you would think of when you say purple, right? Girl, 100% be looking for ways to spiritually move that block. 100%. Seeing that purple next to the pink over here tells me that you have a very firm grasp of what spirituality is to you, what your practice is. And I put that in air quotes because everybody is different. It doesn't matter. God, son of a bitch. It doesn't matter if, let's say there's 10 people, right? And all 10 people go to the exact same congregation. And I said it that way on purpose. Let's say they all go to the exact same congregation. I'm not going to name religion or anything like that. They go to the exact same place. All 10 of them have been going the exact same amount of time. Let's say they've all been going exactly 1 year. They have read the same books. They have heard the same talks. Like they all have the exact same knowledge base. every single one of those 10 people is going to believe something different about their path. Even if they somehow miraculously have the exact same knowledge base. So this purple, this big block of purple over here tells me that you've been really diving down the rabbit hole and you have a firm grasp on what your spiritual path is, what it means to you, and so on. And you kind of feel like you need to level up a little bit, but you don't know how. Here's what I'm going to recommend. Because feeling like you've got a block over here with this magenta, I think that if this continues and you continue feeling like you're hitting this wall all the time, that is going to turn red. And when that turns red, it's going to be like an explosion. While, yes, that will remove the block, it also is going to cause you some problems. So here's what I'm going to recommend. A, take these two separate aspects, because you're keeping your physical self and your spiritual self apart. You're keeping them apart. Start meshing them together. Like, smash them together like fucking Play-Doh, okay? So tonight, before you go to bed, make a conscious effort of every single thing you do before you put your tootsies underneath the blanket or the sheets, that you have already spiritually like done an assessment of yourself. I know that sounds stupid, but just hear me out. You know, you've thought about your root chakra, your solar plexus, your third eye, you know what I mean? You've thought about all of them. 100% go on YouTube and listen to some of the solfeggios. Just let them play while you sleep if you can, or at least listen to like the top 3 of them, okay? Let it clear all the bullshit out. In the morning, make a conscious effort that from the moment your eyes wake up, everything you do is based on intuition. Everything you do has a spiritual meaning to it. Let's say you're sitting at your desk at work and you're like, it's so weird that today I feel like I need to specifically use a pencil instead of a pen. What is the spiritual meaning of lead? What is the spiritual meaning of the wood in the pencil? Do you see what I mean? Versus what the spiritual meaning of ink is. Y'all, every single thing has a spiritual meaning. I'm not gonna lie. Every single thing has a spiritual meaning. Okay? So make a conscious effort that in the morning when you get up, every single thing you do is based on intention. Let's say you're cooking yourself breakfast, you go to reach in and grab a spoon and that spoon kind of feels wrong. And you're like, well, let me dig till I find the right spoon. Find the right coffee cup. I know that sounds like OCD, and it probably is, but trust your gut completely. And like I said, we'll take the pencil pen argument again. Let's say that you are at work and you feel 100% you need to use a pencil today and you don't know why. Or you feel like you have to wear a specific bracelet that you don't ever wear and you don't know why. Look up spiritual meaning of blah, blah, blah. Okay? When you like Hulk smash those 2 colors together like Play-Doh, that's going to bust that block. It literally is that easy. That is going to bust that block. Because keeping them apart is keeping the block happening and it's keeping you from leveling up. So smashing the Play-Doh together means that both of those are going to work in tandem and help you move forward. When you start on purpose, intentionally living your daily life, like this has a spiritual meaning, this has a spiritual meaning, this has a spiritual meaning. And I know some of you are like, how is driving my car on the highway in traffic spiritual? You can be listening to an audiobook. You can be listening to drums. Do you see what I'm saying? You can make anything a spiritual experience. So that's what I'm going to recommend, Cynthia, excuse me, just shove all of that, like Hulk smash that like Play-Doh. Okay? Because your magenta is very quickly going to turn into red and that's not going to be good for anything. I hope that made sense. I was seeing a little bit of your comments. Good. Good. We gotta turn the light on up here. Not the light, the fan. It's hot. All right. How do I say your name? Senai, S-E-N-A-I. Oh God, that feels good. Am I saying that right? We're just gonna say S. We're just gonna say S because I don't want to myrtleize your name, and that's really pretty. So, all right. Thank you guys for all the new followers and all the new subscribers. I appreciate every one of you. You're really interesting. So let me preface this by saying, you feel like you're on the outskirts of everybody else right now. You feel like you're in this bubble over here and you can't mesh with anybody else's bubbles. You feel like you're getting further and further from people and you don't know why. I'm gonna tell you why. When I kind of tuned into your energy a little bit, you're copper. You're this gorgeous copper color, and it's like a bell, kind of, okay? In other words, you're amplifying everything around you. Your energy is, I don't want to say you're a generator because that's not quite the right term, but you're an amplifier. You're an amplifier. I don't think that you're an energy well. I think that your whole life, every time you've been around somebody, like, you amplify their gifts. Does that make sense? You amplify everything around you. I would bet that you have problems with electronics. I would bet that, like, you drain them really quickly. You know, you're tapping on your phone and nothing works, and all of a sudden, blah. I would bet that you hear, I'm going to say hear frequencies, but that's not correct. It's like you see them. I don't know how to explain that. You amplify everything. You amplify everything around you. So this is why people, they like are hard and heavy wanting to get to know you and be around you all the time, and then they pull back, and then they come back, and then they pull back. It's why people do this. Because when they first meet you, when they first start hanging out with you or working with you or whatever, you're amplifying their gifts, their abilities, their strengths, and their weaknesses. So for a while, they're all about it. I knew that was coming. Sorry, TikTok. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Or not. Hold on, TikTok. I'm sorry. There we go. I had to eat some dinner. I had to eat some dinner before I came on. Sorry about that, TikTok. So when people get around you at first, you amplify all of the good that they see in themselves, okay? So you amplify all of this good, and they love it, and they get addicted to it, right? Well, then when they start getting used to all the good being amplified, they start to have these outbursts, and they start to realize that the bad is amplified too. And so then they pull back because they don't know what's going on. So you have this interesting push and pull with people. Like, you literally look like hammered copper. Your energy looks like hammered copper. It's really, really pretty. Now, when I say that, it sounds bad of amplifying other people's stuff, but it's not. And it's not like being a mirror. It's not like being an energy well. It's just you amplify other people's gifts and energies and so on. This is also why you get around some people and they blow up. It's why you get around some people and they start to 100% mess up, like horribly, right? And I would bet that you have people that instantly, like, they've met you, they meet you, they know you for like maybe a minute, and they're like, I don't like this person. I don't like them. Don't hire them. Don't blah, 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 blah. Because you are pulling out the weakness of them. In other words, they're not a strong individual. So they are not very, they're not at a healthy place with who they are. And so their weaknesses, they wear their weaknesses like they're like a mask, I guess, for lack of a better term. And so you amplify that mask, and then they start to realize, like, I'm not as strong of a person as I think I am. And so they flip out. So S, I would say it's not you, it's them. Okay? It's not you, it's them. So when somebody flips out around you, someone doesn't want to be your friend, someone has been like, I want to be hanging around you all the time, and then nothing, it's them. It's them. Okay? I'm not saying don't continue to work on yourself and don't continue to do you, but yeah, it's them. It's them. And unfortunately, it's always going to be that way. It's always going to be that way. I'm just saying. I don't know if that made sense. I didn't see, I think it's Senai, and I don't want to mess it up, Senai. I didn't see that name pop in, so hopefully you'll see this on YouTube later. All right, too much fan. Pulling my shirt down so you guys don't. So nobody goes, "Ooh." You know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Miss Kathy Mazel. I'm having like the full like ADHD day today. I have 3 drinks. I have my dinner and 4 snacks up here, and then I got to sit with my legs crossed. So I'm just saying, just enjoy it, because that's what's going on today. All right, Miss Kathy Mazel. I don't know if Kathy's here. I haven't seen her pop in. My nose is itching and it's stupid. Okay. I don't know if Kathy's here because I haven't seen her pop in. But I don't know what's going on with you, Kathy. When I first like kind of tuned into your energy a little bit, it's like red, green. I mean, almost like Christmas lights going back and forth like this, but it's always one or the other. And it's like a really deep, bright red, or a really deep, like, you know what I mean? Green, red. And then my chest started to get tight, like anxiety. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Okay, let's talk about the anxiety first, because that's the part that's like getting to me the most. It's like an overwhelming worry. Like it's just being super anxious about something. And I don't know if this is a procedure, if this is kid related. It's one of those two, right? The red and the green back and forth like this. The red is the one that hit me first, and then the green. So we'll talk about the red. And they're for some reason right here on my right side. Like they're like this, right? Like that. The red is action. Like it's now, go. It's red has a lot of different meanings, but in this case, it's like do it right now. Like I think it's making the anxiety worse, to be honest. So that's why I said I don't know if this is like a procedure, a situation with the kids, or I don't know what's going on. But the green is almost as heavy, because this green is more of a, because it's a little bit darker than like a holly green, you know, like holly leaves. I'm just going to say this. Don't put so much energy into healing everybody else that you forget to heal your own self, Kathy. Because the fact that this is all over here on the right side, your right side is what you give out to people. Left is what you take in. And so if you're giving everything out, There's nothing over here. There's nothing over here. I'm going to recommend that you need an evening off. You need an evening off. And I don't know if this is just like turning your phone off, saying, you know, the hubby gets to take care of the kids tonight, or I don't know what needs to happen, but you need to have a whole evening off where you just can rest. Where you just can rest. I don't think that it's like, Kathy needs to go out on the town. I think you just literally need rest. I would take an evening and spend that evening laying in bed snoozing. I really would. I really would. Because whatever this is going on, you're giving too much. And this is why you're feeling run down. It's why you're feeling like heavy. Does that make sense? Like you just feel like you're heavy, like you can't move forward. And it's why this anxiety is pushing, because it's like right here in the middle of your chest. I'm not saying don't do those things for the people that you love, because I think that would absolutely devastate you if you couldn't do those things for them. But you 100% need an evening and a whole night just to catch up on rest. Just rest. Everybody needs to leave you the hell alone. Does that make sense, Kathy? I saw you pop in. Does that make sense? Because that's a lot. That's a lot, my friend. Does that make sense? I don't know what this anxiety is, but like it hit me pretty hard. Okay. I'm glad that makes sense. So is this something to do procedure-wise for you, or is this about the kids? Like something to do with the kids? With the boys? The boys. Okay. The anxiety, like the way the anxiety was, I was like, it's one or the other. I understand. Okay. Yeah, you need an evening off, Kathy. Okay. You 100% need an evening off. Oh no, do you have roof damage? Y'all, there are some crazy ass storms everywhere right now, so y'all please be safe. Like we've got some moving in here. I can feel it. I can feel the pressure changing. I'm not excited about it. I'm not excited about it. Valerie H is next. Thank you, Miss Kathy. All right, Valerie. You look like a piece of candy. Some of you guys are going to know exactly what candy I'm talking about. I don't know if it's even a thing anymore, but it used to be when I was a kid. And I'm thinking of the one specifically from Christmas. It's like ribbon candy. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like hard candy, but it's in the shape of a ribbon and it curves in on each other like that. But it's green and white and red. I mean, like bright green, bright white, bright red. But it goes like this. It's like it's moving away from me like this, zigzagging. But yours doesn't completely touch like that candy does. Now I want that candy. I haven't had that probably since I was like 8. Now I want some. But what's so interesting about it is the red affects the white, which affects the green, which affects the white, which affects the red. Does that make sense? Like it's going up and down like this. So let me go through these colors. So red, in your case with this, is a very action-oriented color. Like, this is a gorgeous bright red. You are tired of sitting still. You're tired of being at a stop. You are tired of waiting. Like, you're ready to go out and take over the world yourself. Like, it doesn't matter. You aren't waiting for anybody else. And you're not about to let people that you love just sit and waste away either. I felt like that needed to be said too. Then you have this gorgeous white layer, and we already talked about white a little bit, that white is a place of, I want all of the knowledge in my brain right now, all of the knowledge in my brain. But in your case, it's also cleansing, clearing shit out. I would not be surprised. Oh, my eyes are itching so bad. I would not be surprised if you have cleaned out your contacts in your phone, cleaned out friends list on social media, like been blocking people a lot, or like, I'm not dealing with you, I'm not dealing with you, I'm not dealing with you. I would not be surprised if you have been cleansing everything in your house, like your office, all the stuff, like done. And I mean like down to the rafters, then putting only the shit back in that you want. And then underneath you have this green. And this green, it's really bright, like emeraldy green color. So green is always a little bit of healing and earth and so on. But in your case, this is a very analytical color. I don't know what shifted. I really feel like you just woke up like this. I would bet probably, what, 3 to 4 days ago, you just woke up different. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you even said to your best friend or somebody, like, I don't know what the fuck, but I feel different this morning. Last week, okay. So this is a very analytical color. I think that wherever it is you're headed, you're on the right path. All three of these, like I said, they work together. Don't pause. Don't pause. Don't stop for anybody. And because the way this winds like this, I feel like this is about to start pulling out into one long string instead of winding around. You've been squished and you've been held back, and it's like you know, when you make a ribbon like wind on itself like this, it's because it's being squished, right? You're trying to put a whole bunch of stuff in a little area. And your goals have been squished for so long that now you have the time, the means, the ability, whatever, to go for it. Don't stop for anyone or anything, period. Don't stop. I'm like identifying with this like really big time. Don't stop. Don't stop. You are on this springboard and it's about to like really spring forward like that. Don't stop, because that red, that energy, that passion is going to push that need to shed all kinds of bullshit and to learn all the new things, which is going to push that need to be very analytical about the things that you do allow into your path. And like I said, and then that's going to push the cleansing, and that's going to, like, all of these colors are pushing each other exactly how they should. And the more they continue to push each other, the faster that engine is going to go, the further you're going to go. And the thing I want to say is this: when you get set on this kind of springboard like this, the universe will always send tests your way. Thank you, Miss Kelly. The universe will always send tests your way to sidetrack you. And they will be very, very tempting sidetracks. Very tempting sidetracks. Like the perfect dream job, the perfect person in your life, the perfect house. And I'm not saying that all of those aren't great things that you might be manifesting, but they will come up like this out of nowhere. They will come up out of nowhere. And it will be a choice of, do you take this perfect dream job, or do you continue on this amazing ricochet path that you're on? And you really have to ask yourself, like, if I take this job, if I move here, can I continue on my path? It happens to everybody. It happens to everybody. You get going on the path that you're supposed to be on, and the energy, the springs, everything is just poof, you're going forward, and then the universe is like, but what if I give you this perfect person? And you're like, ooh, the perfect person. Let me pause for this perfect person. and that perfect person ends up not being the perfect person. Does that make sense? You literally think you just found your path. That makes me excited. That makes me excited for you. But it happens all the time. The universe will send all kinds of things to pull you off your path. All kinds of things. And you have to decide what's best for Valerie. And, you know, if you find that ribbon candy, you should eat some. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you lost him, and I'm happy to hear that you have found your stride. So, just saying. I'm glad that that made sense. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. I will say this, and I should have said this before. When I'm giving you guys, like, this is this color, or whatever, surround yourself with that color. Surround yourself with that color. Color therapy is a thing. So if I say, hey, you know, you're this gorgeous, like, red, white, green, surround yourself with those colors. Wear green, wear white, wear something red. If I say, oh, you're this gorgeous magenta color or this deep, rich purple, surround yourself with that color, with those colors. It will help remind you of what I said. It will help remind you of how you felt when I was reading for you. It will help remind you of the path you're on. The other thing I'm going to say too is, you know, I'm like, okay, this bright green is very analytical. It's also blah, blah, blah. So what I would say too is look up spiritual meaning of green. Spiritual meaning of white, because every color has a slew of meanings, good and bad. So I would 100% look up the colors, okay? I'm just saying. Thank you so much for supporting me over there on YouTube. I appreciate you coming in and showing your support for my channel. Thank you so much. All right. Tanya, are you ready? You are so welcome, Valerie. All right, so first of all, let me say this. You're too grounded. You're too grounded. Yes, that's a thing. The very first color I got was like this really gorgeous, rich, like deep brown. And the only thing I can compare it to is like when I used to raise reptiles and you get a brick of the compressed coconut bark earth stuff. And it's this like gorgeous, like mahogany, rich brown color. I don't know how to explain it, but that's the first color I got. But it's like this big old thick layer. And then underneath that is this little tiny, it's like this grass green egg. Like this grass green egg. I don't know. So let's talk about the brown, because like it's a thick, thick layer of brown. You can be too grounded. And this happens when we feel like we're stuck or we feel like we need to clear something out. And so we ground ourselves more. We're like, well, let me ground some more. Let me ground some more. And eventually it's too much. It's too much grounding. And so we think, okay, well, I'm not grounded enough. So let me ground some more. I'm going to advise you to do something crazy. Do something you never do. If every single day you have this routine and you do the same thing, on your day off, get in the car and just wherever your gut tells you to go, turn. If your gut tells you to turn here, turn. If your gut tells you to turn here, turn. You know what I mean? Like turn, turn, turn. Just spend a whole day doing everything your gut tells you to do. If you say you end up 2 hours away, you come back home, you're pulling in the driveway and your gut's like, go get ice cream right now, but not at the place right here. Go 20 miles away and get ice cream. Go get ice cream. You don't know who's going to be at that ice cream store. Do you see what I'm saying? You need a day of being completely out of your comfort zone. And you can go right back to the comfort zone later, but like you need a day of just craziness, of just controlled craziness. Let's say that. Like, I don't have bail money, so controlled craziness, okay? But when we get in this phase of, and to be honest, the way that the world is right now, we're all trying to ground ourselves. We're all trying to like hunker down and ground ourselves and like dig in and, you know, make sure that everything's okay. And we forget that you still have to have some time where you let go a little bit, because if you get too grounded and too stuck in there, it's going to drive you a little batty. You know what I mean? And the reason I say that you need to have a day of just craziness, just go do crazy fun shit, right? Is because of this little grass green egg that's underneath all of this brown. You have this amazing idea that you haven't allowed to hatch yet. It's being protected in this cute little egg coating down here, and you've been keeping it buried, like, and here's the thing. I think you're 100% right. I think you're 100% right to keep it under wraps, okay? Because we all know bitches be bitches. But you can let it sprout and still keep it protected. Does that make sense? Let it sprout and let it start growing and let it start gaining traction. It's really pretty. It's almost like metallic green. Tanya, whatever this is a brilliant idea. I don't know if this is like business, if this is, I don't know what this is, but the fact that it's this kind of metallic green, it's this gorgeous grass green color, that's money, that's success, that's wealth. I mean, it's good. It's a good thing. It's a good color, right? So for you to have this little egg down there, let it sprout a little bit, let it start growing, but like still protect it, still keep it under wraps, okay? Like no one needs to know. But right now, even if you let it sprout right now, you have this huge layer on top of it that it's going to take way too long for it to try to, you know, go up through that. So you need to start digging away at that layer a little bit. And the thing is, a lot of us, especially as we get to be adults, we get so set in, you know, I get up at this time and I take a shower and I have my coffee and I go to work and I come home, and you know what I mean? Like we have this like routine that we just do all the time, and we get set in that routine. And then when something happens that allows us to move forward with something we've been manifesting, we're like, but wait, because that's not on my daily list of things. And then I would have to change my daily list. And then what, you know? So then we like claw in more and we ground ourselves more. So take a day and just be ungrounded. Take a day and just be crazy, be ungrounded. Like channel your inner Bodhi. Channel your inner Bodhi. Just literally give yourself several hours, get in the car and just drive. Just drive. Like don't have a destination in mind. Just drive. But let that idea out. Let that idea start to grow, because, dude, that's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea you've gotten there. Give it some air. Let it grow, okay? I'm not saying that brown color is a bad color, because it's not. I want to say one more thing before I let you go about that brown color. And there's a reason that everybody's asking you for advice lately. There's a reason that everybody is like driving you nuts wanting to talk to you lately. There's a reason that all these people are just like, blah. And you're like, dude, shut up. They can feel that color. They can feel that grounding from you, and they assume that you can ground them. So that's why they're all like in droves coming to you. So that will also help to that will also help to kind of push them away. Does that make sense? I wanted to say that too, because usually when somebody has that gorgeous color like that, it's, yeah, yeah. All right. Tempt them in Twitch. I know y'all were here a little bit ago. Man, it's going to be a night where I'm going to be in here like, ah, gotta love it. Who's going first? You or Twitch? I'll let y'all pick. Ladies first. All right, Twitch, you ready? You're like silver and black. Why do you look like the old school Batman costume? Twitch Wolf. All right, let's talk about this because it's so funny, because I saw like black and then like a black and then silver and then a little black, and then for some reason I thought of like the old school Batman costume, even though I know that's like gray and blue or whatever. But let's talk, because why do you look like the old school Batman? First of all, the fact that the old school Batman came to my mind, I applaud you for trying to be the bigger person, and I applaud you for trying to do the right thing, and I applaud you for being, we'll say Twitch Guyver, because not really MacGyver, be Twitch Guyver. I applaud you for that, because the old school Batman costume is cool. I mean, you're not wrong. But let's talk about this black and silver, because it's really, really gorgeous. So black is a color of like sophistication. It's a color of power. It's a color of elegance. It's a color of power. It's a color of, I just lost my other word because I was trying to be funny. Fuck. Black is a really interesting color. It tells me that you are on purpose leveling things up, which does make sense with the old school Batman. The silver block right here, I mean, and they're touching, you know, they're like right next to each other. The silver block right here, and it's weird too, like if I'm looking at them, they're on my right, angled like this. And then there's black above it up here. Silver is both like the moon, it's psychic abilities, it's the divine feminine. It has to do a lot with intelligence and so on. So both of these colors right here tell me that there's been a big shift up here. I don't know if you've had you've been actually processing downloads. Because it's so funny, when I said there's something new up here, it's like I saw this line from your crown like that out to your third eye. So you've actually been processing downloads. And I would not be surprised if you have felt crazy lately, if you have felt crazy. Like, I didn't get this episode. I filmed an episode of The Haunted Vanity this morning, and I haven't got it out yet. It'll be out tomorrow. But I was literally in this episode talking about how gifts are suddenly morphing into something that we don't really have a word for. And I keep seeing this. She said, yes, she's been feeling crazy. I keep seeing it's almost like this little pipe, and it goes like this and then straight to your third eye. And it's purple. But those two colors together tell me that you're putting like 9 and 9 together. You know what I mean? Not just 2 and 2 anymore. You're putting 9 and 9 together. I also wouldn't be surprised to know that you haven't been wanting to talk to people like normal. Like you haven't been talking to like family and friends and stuff like she is known as the purple twin. That's funny. You've been kind of pulling away from everybody. Let me ask you this, because I feel like in processing these downloads, I don't know if you're physically seeing what it is. Like if you're seeing the frequency, if you're seeing the energy, I don't know what it is. I feel like if you're not seeing it yet, you will be shortly. Something has shifted and something has changed. I don't know if this is from you being sick, if this is from you, it's something happened to your physical self. Does that make sense? And I keep feeling like it was a jolt, it was a hit. Heard but not seen. Okay. I feel like it was like a hit, a jolt, or something like that. And it's like this was a flower and now it's doing this. And it's about here right now. It hasn't fully opened up. So Twitch, I'm just going to say this, like it is going to get a little worse. You're going to feel a little crazier, but know that you're not, okay? You're just actually processing everything. I would try to either record or write down as much of it as you can before it fucks off. You know what I mean? Like you get about a third of the way through it and the rest of it's gone. I would try to get as much down as possible, because if you're starting to remember, see it, hear it, etc., and your brain knows that you're going to try to record it, write it, whatever, it's going to remember more and more. Okay? I love the black and the silver together. I really do. And the reason that I said it's like old school Batman, and I don't know why it made me think of this, but it's like I said, because I feel like I need to tell you again. Black here, silver here, and then there's a black piece up here, and it has two, like, the old school, you know, Batman ears. Be the protector of people in the astral. Be the protector of people as their energy needs it. I don't think that this means you need to start being a bigger protector, like physical protector. I think that your ability, your gift is changing. And that's partially why you're feeling a little crazy and trying to figure out what's going on as well. I would not be surprised if you start to speak a different form of light language. I would not be surprised if you start to do automatic writing. I would not be surprised, like the speaking, I think, is a big thing. It's going to be a big shift. Like you're in the beginnings of this huge shift. So pulling away from everybody is a thing right now and needs to be a thing. Like you need the time to re-steady yourself. So does that make sense? Like that's some intense shit, dude. That's some super intense shit. Like I gave myself a headache talking about it. Kinda. Okay. It will. It'll make more sense. I have a feeling around probably this weekend. What's up, Miss Gail? I need to send you a message. I meant to send you one earlier and forgot. I meant to send you one earlier and forgot. It'll make more sense this weekend. But the black and the silver together is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Thank you, Angelina. I was giving Twitch just a minute to to breathe, because that's a lot, dude. That's a lot. So, all right, Temptum, you ready? You have a special son, so it makes sense. Okay, gotcha. Oh, allergies are not going to be my friend this year. This is dumb. All right. You are so welcome, Temptum. Dude, why are you a chameleon? That's so funny. Like, I started channeling your, like, reading, whatever you want to call it. And it's like there was this little thing of yellow that came, and then all of a sudden it was gray, and it was a little bit of black. And then, like, it's funny. Like, it started to kind of morph into that, and then it went back into this yellow. Dude, why are you a chameleon? You're welcome, Twitch. Why are you a chameleon? Why are you a chameleon? The yellow is like the underlying color. You've been told your color changes. It's like this underlying rod, right? And it is almost like a goldenrod color because it's more of a deeper yellow than a bright yellow. You keep your happiness very close to your chest. Like, I don't know if this is a trauma response or if you just have learned trauma response to keep your happiness quiet. Because it's in this protective coating. And the protective coating is really a pale gray, really pale. Like you would see in marble. Like, it's really pretty. I'm not going to lie. It's really, really pretty. You make sure that everybody else is happy before you. It's almost like you feel bad if you let people know that you're happy. The other thing I'm going to say is this, because I'm fascinated with this rod, this gold rod, this golden rod. Ha ha ha. Boom. I'm fascinated with this because it doesn't ever waver in its color. It doesn't stop. It doesn't bend. It doesn't break. Like, it is a solid rod. And it runs from right to left like that, like catty corner from right to left. You use it as a shield, but you also maybe Twitch can answer this since Twitch is there with you. I don't want to say that you're a full-on energy well, but I think that you kind of channel energy. I think that you kind of channel energy. And to be honest, I think you have a really interesting ability to, with that yellow, that rod, I think you have an interesting ability to take what little bit of energy is there and either amplify it or shut it down. How neurospicy are you? Like, how neurospicy are you? Y'all, so you have like old school cool Twitch Batman. Then you have like, I don't even know what we would call you over here with this like energy manipulation. I don't think you do it on a large scale. I think you do it just for like 1 or 2 people. So I think that you have used this to like super calm. It's a lot with him and your son. Never been told anything yet, but need to be tested. Gotcha. I think that you have the ability, when you turn this on, you can instantly calm someone down. You can instantly get someone happy, get them worked up. And what's funny is I think that this is something you've had since you were a kid, but you've really, really built on it since you've become like an adult. You've really, really built on it. It's so crazy. It's in this gorgeous, like, it literally looks like gray marble box. Like this gorgeous gray marble, well, not a box, it's a triangle. So you have the ability to be happy, be super happy. And then this ability to be like super neutral. Like super neutral. What the heck? You've always been always known how to get people to breathe and smile. I mean, it comes from that, from whatever that golden, that rod is. It's really cool. Like, I'm not going to lie, in a way, it reminds me of the Pink Floyd, you know, with the triangle and the rainbow coming out, but it's just this gold, literally, it's like this big around. This is just rod of yellow. It's gorgeous. And there's a gray triangle around it. like I want to poke at it, like I'm fascinated with it. I'm like, let me just poke at it. Let me see what happens. But what's really funny is like when I'm trying to kind of poke and look at it and stuff like that, that thing is solid as fuck. Like that triangle ain't moving. That casing is not moving. Like you're really, really good at it. You're really, really good at it. It's so funny as you've always reminded other people to be happy even when you're not on the inside. Whenever I was talking about that, this like turquoise layer came down over the top of it. Seeing that turquoise come down on top of it is really interesting because, don't look at me yawn, because turquoise is the mixture of both green and blue. So you have the analytical, the healing, the money, all that stuff in the green. And then you have the loyalty and the protection and the coldness over here in the blue, and having them come together. It's interesting because it just kind of came down right on top like that. If you haven't looked into the mudras, you know, the things I do with my fingers when I'm doing Reiki and stuff, the things I do with my hands, you should. You 100% should. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube, TikTok, etc., teaching you how to do different ones, but you 100% need to look into that, because I think that given different circumstances when you were younger, if you had known about, you've thought about trying Reiki, you should, 100%, you should. I think that if given a different set of circumstances, I think that you would be a powerhouse at specifically pointing energy, channeling it and pointing it in a specific way. So yeah, if you really should, especially if you guys have a kiddo, like, you know what I mean? I know you do have a kiddo, but you know what I'm saying. Having a special kiddo, it would help tremendously. You 100% should. You know what? Christine or Donna or one of my mods that's on here, or Scarly or Sass I see over there, will you remind me to send Temptum a message on the site? I'm gonna send you a message, okay? You've been able to help others heal without knowing how to use your own energy. Okay. I'm going to send you a message with a couple of things just for you, okay? So, yeah. Just saying. So, you have old school Batman and Pink Floyd. Just saying. Just saying. That's like the funniest combination I can think of too. I'm not gonna lie. That's funny. I think it's interesting that you've had other people talk about your color changing. I think that that's really, really interesting that you've had that happen. So yeah. Yeah, it'll probably be, I'll try to do it tonight when I get done with this before I go to bed. But if not, it'll be in the morning. So it depends how long I'm gonna take to finish these. These are a little easier and they go a little bit faster. So just because. Most couldn't tell you a color because it kept changing. I can see that. I can see that. But you have that really beautiful yellow just rod. Like you keep it in wraps, but yeah, you have that gorgeous yellow rod. And like I said, it is like a golden rod color. Like I'm not trying to be funny. It is. It's like a golden rod color. It's really pretty. Like it's really, really pretty. It's really pretty. So. Thank you, Victoria. All right, Lesa G, are you ready? Yeah, I bought this in, there's another one, like I'm wearing a different one over here, but it's not like this, but the other one to this pair, I have no idea where it is. I have no idea where it is. I kept them both together for the longest time because they're so unique and different. I have no idea where it is. It just fucked all the way off somewhere. All the way off. All right, Lesa. See, I catch myself not breathing whenever I'm talking. And so then when I take the deep breath to channel someone's energy, then I'm like, let me yawn 9 times. All right. You're interesting. You're like this pale blue, kind of like a baby blue color. And then it's like this little round, it's like this little round dot, right? And then you have this dark blue, but it's only like a C. Like here's the little dot, and then the dark blue is like this. But the dark blue is all the way down and touching it, but it stops about right there. So what that tells me, and it's all compacted like this. What that tells me is the baby blue in the middle is who you are. It's who Lesa is in the middle. And that color in particular is, I'm going to start with this thing first and don't take it as something bad. This color is, I need everyone to leave me alone. It's like, I need everyone to leave me alone. Like you've caught yourself being really cold lately because of this blue around it. And I'm going to tell you why. So this dark blue around it like this, I wish I had my colors out where I could just draw it. This dark blue C around it, you're trying to protect everybody else. You're trying to be this loyal employee, loyal friend, loyal family, loyal, like you're trying to be super loyal. You're trying to be the protector of everybody, and you're trying to be like the superhero. You're trying to be the superhero of everything for everybody. But remember how I said it's like this big like this, and then that pale blue is in the middle. This is overwhelming you. And like I said, it's only half. It's crazy. And the little part is in the middle. So this little part in the middle, I feel like it's getting like this. I feel like it's getting squished like that. But this baby blue color is who you are at your core. And I don't think that you could ever tell someone to leave you the fuck alone, to, you know, cut people off, to be like, you know what, I can't help you anymore. I don't really think it's in your nature to do that, because you're a Cancer. Am I right? You're a Cancer. Yeah. I don't think that it's in your nature. I've read for you enough. I don't think it's in your nature that you could tell someone to fuck off. So instead, it's almost like you've been letting it do this and this and this and this, and this outside has been doing this. And so I would not be surprised if people have said to you lately, like, why are you being so cold about this? Or why haven't you called me? Or like they're accusing you of being cold, you know, and they're like, you're usually so nice and warm and blah, blah, blah. They're accusing you of being cold. But here's the thing. I want you to look up what baby blue stands for, okay? Because the cold aspect is only one thing. I do want to say this. I find it very interesting that the big blue on the outside is like cut in half. It's not a full circle. It's like cut in half, okay? That tells me that it tells me that you're fed up. It tells me that you're fed up. And to be honest, in seeing this and seeing how I feel like that they've done this, I think you have every right to be fed up, and I think you have every right to be mad, and I think you have every right to not be messaging people, and I think you have every right to not want to protect everybody anymore. Here's going to be my recommendation, because It's so funny, as I don't know what just shifted with you when I said that, but like this big wave of purple came over it. You need to dive into some spiritual stuff, like you really do. And I find it funny that I don't know how long you've been listening, but like some of the first couple of reads, I was telling people to, you know, listen to some audiobooks in their sleep. Knew that was coming, son of a bitch. I was telling people to listen to audiobooks in their sleep. And for you, here's what I would recommend. I would listen to like the Tao Te Ching. I would listen to anything on Taoism, anything on Buddhism. I would listen to those, okay? And here's why. Because in Taoism and in Buddhism, some of the main things that the main principles that they talk about are balance. And I think that that would do you a lot of good. But the reason I say to listen to them while you're asleep is that when you listen to stuff while you're asleep, you're going to hear all of it, but you're going to remember certain pieces that need to be, I don't want to say imprisoned because that's not the right word, that need to be plugged in. There we go. What's up, Ashley Speakman? How are you? I would advise listening to those. I really would. Because I think that there is just some little tiny switch that needs to be like flicked to fix this. So it's not like this anymore. It's more like this. I feel like as a Cancer, you're naturally going to want to protect other people. You're a cardinal water sign. You are in tune with everybody. You're very empathic, etc. But it's really, really hard to protect everyone else and forget about yourself. And as a Cancer, that is 100% burning you out. It is 100% burning you out. I'm so glad that you're good, Ashley Poo. But I would listen to those while you're sleeping. I would. The other thing I'm going to recommend is this. Color therapy is a thing, and you can find some really cool things on YouTube. I can't really sleep with TV on. Like, I need it dark. I can listen to the rain when I sleep. Like, I can listen to the rain when I sleep. But any kind of really that baby blue color or a soft pink are going to be fantastic. Soft pink is what I would recommend first, and then the baby blue. But color therapy is a thing, y'all. Even if you just, you know, put one on for a little bit while you're winding down for the night or whatever. In almost every place I've lived in, I usually have either, you know, the strip lights around the ceiling or recessed lighting or something like that, because that will do you a world of good. It will do you a world of good, Lesa. Okay? But literally, I was looking to see if I had anything like this color pink. Like this color pink. It'll help you tremendously. Because for those of you guys that are water signs, your way of grounding is so much different than other signs, than earth or fire or so on. So for you water signs, you kind of need to feel it. You know what I mean? So when you do something like color therapy and listening to, you know, other philosophies that talk about grounding and so on, that's going to help you more than anything else. Water and earth are opposites, so of course going outside and putting your feet in the dirt is going to help. But when you feel like you're so off kilter, you just sticking your feet outside is on the ground is not going to help. So I would literally try some color therapy and listening to some of those types of books and stuff on, I mean, listen to them on YouTube for free. You know what I mean? But try that just for a few days and see if it helps. And see if it helps. Gives you a different perspective on things. I don't like that you're so burnt out. Like, I'm trying not to get super protective over you because I know you're in like almost every single live I have. But I'm trying not to get really super protective over you. Like, that's overwhelmed at a whole other level, Lesa. It is. I'm just saying. I feel like you need a long weekend. I feel like you need a long weekend to just decompress. I know you guys might think that I read for so many people that I don't pay attention or whatever, but I do. And the mods and I, like, we get we get protective over you guys that come in all the time. Like we do when we start seeing your names pop up all the time and stuff like that, we get protective over you, you know. And like, say a troll comes in and we're like, whoa, did they say that? Like, y'all have no idea some of the stuff my mods say in our chat. You know, the girls are like, did they say this to this? Did they, you know, like, yeah, we get protective over you guys. I mean, we do. I'm just saying, we totally do. Just saying. So, yeah. Aw. Yeah, I would try that. I would try that for a few days, and then, you know, when I'm on here, you know, Saturday, Sunday, just pop in and be like, hey, that really helped, or hey, what else could I listen to? You know what I mean? That's what I would say. That's what I would say. Try it for a few days and see. So, good night, love. All right, Sharlie Schaefer, you ready? Oh, that's so sweet of you, Paula. I appreciate that. We all have lots going on. I haven't seen the cat one. That's funny. I like that he went in my hair when he left. That was great. Thank you. Yeah, the cat was funny that it went in the booth. That was so funny. There's no telling what's in the booth. No telling what's in the booth up there. All right. You're like Bubbles on a kid's TV show set. This is so funny. It's like this white background, and there's like a bright, like hot pink bubble, and then a yellow bubble, and then an orange bubble, and then a green bubble. Like it's so funny. It's so funny. So the pink and the yellow are first, and then you have kind of a orange right here, and then a green right here. First of all, let me do that. First of all, you need some rest, because all of this is over here on my right, and there's nothing over here, meaning that you're giving way too much out to everybody else. You're giving way too much out, and you're not getting anything. There's no balance, right? It's all this. There's no balance. So you need some rest. And I mean, at least it's almost the weekend, right? I gotta quit itching my eyeball. It's gonna be bad if I don't. But what I'm gonna say is this. The pink is beautiful. It's like hot pink. I don't feel like you're getting taken advantage of, but that does tell me that you're putting up this bubbly exterior for everybody else. And you're hiding anything that you think. I don't think it's that they don't want to hear. Hi, sweetie. I think that you're putting up this front for everybody because you feel like nobody sees you. You feel like nobody sees you. So you put up this big bubbly front. So you have this gorgeous hot pink one that's like, you try to be nice to everybody. You try to, you know, be a friend to everybody and listen. And then you have this bright yellow one right here. So you try to make sure that you're always smiling and bubbly, and you're not like bringing the energy down. And you have this green one up here. And so you literally you're putting out this whole chameleon vibe. Like, you have this green one over here. I think that you're probably a natural healer and you don't even realize it. Like it's just part of you and you just do it. But all these other colors back here, they come forward when they're needed. Like, but you're not doing anything over here to combat this. You know what I mean? You're putting up all of this to make everybody else happy. I think that a lot of it is because you feel like if you were to show the actual part of you, because I feel like this part over here, and it's kept really, really close in here, it's like deep purple and deep blue and black. Like it's really deep in here, which makes me feel like you have a lot of people around you that insist. You've probably heard repeatedly over your life, like, put your best face forward and put on a smile and stop frowning. And you know what I mean? I think that you've had people tell you that your whole life. You need to have some time where you can explore those other colors. And I'm going to tell you them again, and I want you to look up the spiritual meanings of them because I see you. Royal purple, like real dark royal purple, navy blue, and black. I want you to look those three colors up, okay? Because those are the ones that are like back here, like under my hair that you're not showing anybody. There's going to come a time really, I think really soon, probably within the next 4 months, that you're going to, all of this beautiful, bubbly, bright thing over here, you're going to have to make a decision if you're going to continue to do just that and let it break, because that's what's going to happen, or if you are going to allow it to kind of even out a little bit. My advice is to start now trying to even it out a little bit, because if you don't start letting this part of you out and start giving it more attention, this over here is going to literally crack in the middle and break. And then it's like full emo Sharlie. Like, I'm just saying, full on emo. So there's a happy medium. Like, there's a thing called glitter goth. I'm just saying, I'm in love with some glitter goth shit. I just want you guys to know, if I wasn't like the 80s vibe, I would 100% be a glitter goth. I would be the pink glitter gothic 100%. I'm just saying. Well, it'd be blue, but you know what I'm saying. But you need to find a way for this to be more even. Does that make sense? You can't always be love and light, and you can't always be darkness. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I love that you put this up for everybody. I do. It's fantastic. It's gorgeous. It legit looks like a kid's television show set. That's what I keep thinking. Like, it looks like a kid's television show set, and it's fantastic. But you can't keep that up. It's gonna wear you down to the point that it just goes and breaks in half, and then it doesn't help anybody, you know. So delve into the dark side over there and give that some airtime, okay? Fall down the whole rabbit hole of like painful shit, and I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Plus, that's a fun thing to research. Not that I would know. Yeah, release your inner glitter goth. To be honest, I think that would mesh those two pretty decently, but yeah, fall down the rabbit hole of the darker side over there and let that come to the light. You know what I mean? Just saying. That sounds like a fun assignment to me. I'm just saying. You are so welcome, sweetheart. When I say tomorrow that I slept like shit, y'all can remind me it's because I was drinking a Monster at 9:49 at night. Just saying. And I'm like, man, I couldn't sleep. Do you think maybe it's because you're drinking an energy drink fucking 10 o'clock at night, ho? Because that's what I think it is. All right, Heather Klein is next. do have water. I'm drinking water. There you are. I always love it when I go to pull you guys' energy and it like comes out to meet me before I ever even get a breath. Before I ever like, because my way of like centering myself is like to take that big deep breath. So I love when your energy is like, I'm here. Like you come sliding in. That's literally what you just did to me, Heather. I love it. It tells me that when you're excited about something, like you are super outgoing. But what just came out to meet me was like this gorgeous, like cornflower blue, just like, boom, like that. It's really like, it's just all this gorgeous cornflower color. Behind it is a darker blue, but like it just came out like that. So this cornflower blue is, dude, you are such a peacemaker. It's not even funny. I think that you probably could, I think that you could take any issue going on and you would find a happy medium in like less than a day. I think no matter what the issue was, you're a peacemaker extraordinaire. And to be honest, I think that that's a trauma response. It's a learned trauma response from having to walk on eggshells with people. But I love that came out to meet me first. Like, whew, here I am. Behind it though is this darker, it's like a cobalt color. But I mean, it's literally like right behind it like that. What I love about this, and before I talk about the cobalt, I want to say this, because both of those came out to meet me like that, like here I am. I love that tells me that what you see is what you get with Heather. You are who you say you are. When people are like, well, I feel like you're being fake because you're too nice or whatever, you literally are a nice person. Like you're a nice person. Now the dark cobalt back there behind me, behind that tells me that you will 100% freeze a motherfucker out in a minute. But you genuinely are a nice person. Like when that came out to meet me like that, you're also like a really warm person, a really inviting person. But you 100% have learned that, that peacemaking ability as a, I know it's gonna yawn, as a trauma response. The good thing about it is that it makes you a great listener. It makes you a great processor. And that dark blue behind it makes you great in any situation where you have to think on your feet like this really quickly. So you're good in a panic situation because really quickly you can kind of take the emotion out of something and say, okay, this is a priority. This is a priority. This can wait. This can wait. Like, you know what I mean? You're able to prioritize what needs to happen during a panic situation. I'm dying to know what you do for a living. Like, seriously, I'm dying to know what you do for a living. But I want to talk about the cobalt for a minute. It's so funny because in between the two of them, I was looking because I feel like there was something in the middle. There's a little sliver of silver. A little sliver of silver in between the cornflower and the cobalt, which tells me that you have a really interesting gift. I think that you read people, an office manager in a machine shop, the only woman in male drama. Dude, I've been there. You know what, though? I would 100% rather work in an office full of dudes than an office full of women that have worked there for like 20 years. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But dude, you're an amazing judge of character. You have like this line of silver in between those two blue colors. You're an amazing judge of character. Like you see right through someone's bullshit. I know that I said that like that was a trauma response, the peacemaker aspect, but this is when I say everything happens for a reason, and I don't feel like that's something you need to change. I don't. I feel like you are that person that after somebody meets you for the first time and people feel instantly comfortable around you. And I think that after they meet you for the first time, when they see you come in a room, then they know everything's okay. Like everything's okay. Doesn't matter what's going on in that room. If you walk into that room, they know that everything's going to be okay. That everything's going to calm down. Like they feel safe when they're around you. Don't ever change that. Don't ever change that. And I love that your whole, all of it was like, here I am. I love that. I don't think you get enough credit for who you are. I don't think you get enough credit for who you are. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, because you approach life like that. Like you approach everything head on. And I don't think you get enough credit for who you are. And I think that that's fantastic. I know that everybody tries to live their life of who they genuinely are, but I think that you have mastered it. I really do. I think you have mastered it. And you are exactly who you say you are, and I don't think you get enough credit for that. And just in case nobody's told you today, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. Because all of that also tells me that there was a lot of trauma that made you be the way that you are. And so, yeah. So, yeah. Aw. Thank you, Charity. Childhood to adulthood. Well, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. I think that you are a very cool adult. And that people should want to emanate that. I'm just saying. I don't think that's what you were expecting me to say, was it? I'm just saying what I'm saying. I think that you're a good soul, my friend. You're good peoples. You're good peoples. I love that kind of is almost like a Southern saying, but I hear it everywhere now. I used to only hear it when I was a kid. You know, like, well, they're good people. You know, I used to only hear that when I was a kid, but I hear it all the time now. They're good people. So, yeah. Aw, there's a reason I found you and adore you and your beauty inside and out. I love you right back. I love you right back, my friend. I followed you back, the actual me. The actual me, not a scammer. So if you saw that pop up and you were like, son of a bitch, that was the actual me. It's bad that I have to say that, man. It's bad that I have to say that. All right. Dawn, are you ready? You are so welcome. Oh, don't look. You didn't see that. Don't tell Amy. All right, Dawn, are you ready? I have fakes follow me. It's so funny. I have fakes follow me. And I love it when they follow me and then they're like, I'm your biggest fan. You're not, though. Ho. No, you're not. Liar. All right, Dawn. Tell me you're my biggest fan as you steal my content and my face. Fuck all the way off. Like, fuck off. Okay. Okay, before I do Dawn's, I have to say this. So I follow the Damn It Man, right? And he did a video the other day where I guess there's somebody that is a scammer of his, you know, and pretending to be him. And they have like 33,000 followers. and he kind of went off in a very measured way so TikTok wouldn't flag it, and it might have been the funniest thing. It might have been the funniest thing. I'm just saying. It was hilarious. I was like, this is awesome as fuck. But 33,000? I know that there's one scammer of mine that has like 23,000, and that surprised me. I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, what the fuck? But anyway, all right. Dawn, you ready? Do I take hair vitamins? No. I used to take biotin, but it's also because I burnt my hair off a long time ago. So, you know, it happens. But I'll tell you what I do. I brush my hair in the shower. Like, my hair is crazy long. It's like crazy long. I brush my hair in the shower. I take really good care of it. Brush it in the shower. It's a little crazy right now because I've been out in the wind, but yeah. I thought that was going to be a big yawn, but it wasn't. Dawn, you're like super guarded. That's so funny. You have like this silver egg color, like a, well, not really silver, like a pearl white color. Have you not been feeling good? It's interesting. Like this big purple, like not purple, pearl color kind of met me like this. Like I had to find it, and then it kind of met me. And then behind it is like a layer of purple and then a layer of green. That's what led me to ask, like, have you not been feeling good? Because that's like an automatic protection that goes up. Feeling tired but guarded your whole life. Okay, so this is a normal for you. So I pulled my own hair. Let me say this. That pearl egg that you have is fucking gorgeous. Is gorgeous. You do a fantastic job of protecting your energy and protecting who you are from the outside world. Like you do a fantastic job of it. Like you have the put the egg around you, put the white light up. Like you are the master level at that. And what's really interesting about it too is like right behind it is this thin layer of purple and then a thin layer of green. And then I can't see anything else beyond that. So this is just what you let people see. Actually, I think beyond that is a big space, and then there's your core over here. Like you're super protective of who you are. Have you always been a really spiritual person? Like, have you always been really in tune with the gifts and abilities that you have? Because for there to be that really gorgeous dark layer of purple right behind there, yeah, okay. What's funny about the green next, I was going to say something about, because it's a really just deep, gorgeous green, right? So I was going to say something about what green represents. And then I was like, you're so analytical, and I don't think it's overthinking. Like you almost see the matrix and stuff. You're so analytical that your mind connects all these strings and dots before you ever even know that there's strings and dots to connect. I think you missed your calling in life. I'm not going to lie. I think you missed your calling in life. Did you want to be a profiler when you were younger? I think you missed your calling in life. You are so on it with, I would also bet that you have a hard time watching mystery movies, yeah? Yes, you did want to be a profiler. I would bet you have a hard time watching mystery movies, don't you? Because you can figure it out like that, and I would bet you're rarely wrong. That's funny. You are so talented with that. Oh my God. Dude. Yeah, you missed your calling. Your daughter won't watch them with you? That's funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. Like, I get it. That's funny, but it's not funny. Yeah, you missed your calling, woman. I mean, it's never too late. I'm just saying, it's never too late. But, okay, let's talk about this pearl white egg out here. What is it you're seeking? The fact that your egg is like this pearl white color, it tells me that there is something that you're seeking hardcore. And I think that you're turning over every single stone, like your brain is over analyzing everything to try to find it. And you know that it's like some little teeny tiny thing like this big, and you haven't come across it yet. You know, normally I would say to kind of take a step back and just let everything relax, but I don't think you should. I don't think you should. I think that you should keep hitting it the way you're hitting it to try to find it. I think that you should keep using that analytical nature and that super mind you've got to continue trying to find this little pebble. I'm not going to tell you to stop. Like, I'm not going to tell you to stop. I'm going to tell you to keep at it. Also, what's up with you? Are you having hot flashes or are you an energy well? Because as I'm like getting like, I'm burning up. Like, do you have a problem sitting still? Okay. I think that other people would tell you to kind of stop and take a step back and the pebble will appear right in front of you. But I think what it is that you're looking for is such a fine-tuned little thing in the universe that I think it's going to take a brain like yours to sort through all of the shit to find it. And I have a feeling you've already gone down pretty far trying to find this little thing. I will say this. I don't know if you have looked at, I don't know if I really want to call it abstract art. I am going to advise you of the weirdest thing. I would look at some of the artwork from the medieval ages, what would be the medieval ages in Korea, in the Korean peninsula. I don't know why, but I think that will give you a better starting point of where this specific little pebble is. Some of the artwork, some of the history, but the artwork in particular, I think is going to show you, like, put a spotlight on where that pebble is. It's like I can almost see what it is that you're trying to find, but not quite. Because every time I try to focus on it, one of my favorite classes that I took in college was like ancient Asian history and the naval battles and stuff like that the Korean army fought. And I'm just gonna say I would advise looking at that. It's actually really interesting. I'll bet that pinpoints you toward that pebble. Man, you have such a cool brain. You have such a cool brain, dude. I will say this like, here's your outside egg, and somewhere way back here is that core that you keep, like that core is back there. That core is such a gorgeous, deep, dark chocolate brown. There's a reason why everybody wants to talk to you all the time. There's a reason why everybody wants to talk to you all the time. As hard as you try to keep that core way back there, especially people that are spicy, neurospicy, they sense that. They're always going to want to talk to you. I'm just letting you know. They're never going to leave you alone. They sense that. So, and tell your daughter I said to watch a movie with you. I get it. I have a hard time watching them too because I used to try to figure them out, but now I don't. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit still long enough to care. Did that help? And you're gonna have to come back and tell me what it is that you found that catapulted you to somewhere else. Good. I'm glad it helped. Someone's like, that's like the weirdest fucking advice. So you have to tell me. You have to tell me. I'm just saying. You have to tell me. All right. Athena. Man, you're all like turquoise and gold over there. Okay. You've been connecting with a new goddess? Is that what I'm seeing? Because this was like turquoise and then gold, and then I saw the filigree and stuff like that. So turquoise is such an interesting color. And this is like a more of like a blue turquoise like this. Like more of a teal. There we go. More of a teal than turquoise. Yeah, you have? Okay. Here, I'm going to describe to you what I'm seeing because it's interesting. It's not just color. It's like this really gorgeous teal curtain because I can see the ripples in it. But up the side of it, I don't know if this is like a gown or if this is material. I don't know what this is. But up the side of it is gold, and it's like a design. Like leaves and stuff like that. And on the top is a design too. Like it's almost like a curtain around a window or around it's a literally round like that. Oh, that blue is just gorgeous. Like it looks like when you see pictures of the Mediterranean and it's that just phenomenal teal color. That's exactly what it looks like. Whoever this is like really, really protecting you hardcore too. I know you're about to make a shift. I know that you're not only about to make a shift, but it's like a hard shift. I don't think you have anything at all to worry about. Okay. I don't think you have anything at all to worry about with this shift. Whatever this is, you don't have anything to worry about with it. Because whoever this is like literally luxuriously protecting you. The gold is an interesting, it's almost like, you know how sometimes you see gold and it's like a brassy gold, like an orangey gold? That's what color it is. But this teal is phenomenally beautiful. So both of these things together, especially because it looks like a curtain, this is an amazing amount of healing and prosperity at the same time. So that teal color, you know, like I was mentioning a while ago that turquoise is similar to this, but it's more of the blue with the road opening and busting through walls and you relying on yourself and being loyal to what you're doing and energy and trust and so on. But this more kind of like coppery orangey gold color, that girl, that's like so much. It's like all of that. It's like all of that. Whatever this right turn is, whatever this shift is, choosing yourself for the first time in a long time. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Whatever this shift is, dude, run toward it. Run down that path, like head first. Because holy cow. Holy cow. I think that within just a couple of weeks, things are going to have changed so much that you're going to look back at this point, and literally just a couple of weeks, I think that you're going to look back at this point and be like, man, I don't know how I was thinking this, or how I was thinking this. What is going on in 2 weeks? It's like, I literally keep hearing 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on in 2 weeks, Athena, but like, apparently it's a big fucking thing. I don't know what's going on in 2 weeks. But it's interesting. Finishing your psych degree. Everything is being set in motion. I love that. Congratulations. Congratulations. So are you finished in 2 weeks? Well, yeah, I guess it would be, because that's like close, like the beginning of May. Yeah. Congratulations. Okay. So you kind of understood all of that then, as I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. All right. Well, I'm glad you understood, because I'm like, I don't know. Done with this semester in 2 weeks. Okay. So yeah, so 2 weeks is important. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I would surround yourself with that deep teal color, and then I would surround yourself with that gorgeous kind of brassy gold color. Both of those. Like that gorgeous deep teal. I'm looking around to see if I have something that color, and I really kind of don't. I mean, my glasses are, but it's hard to see them because they're like clear. I guess you can kind of see them. I would surround yourself with that kind of teal. I'm just saying. It's brighter. It's brighter than this. It's like a neon teal color. I don't know. It's fucking gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But I would surround yourself with that color. I also would watch for those two colors together when you go on vacation. I'm just saying. I would say that you're at a fantastic point in your life right now, and you should enjoy every single moment. You should enjoy every single moment of it. Don't waste any bit of that enjoyment, girl. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I feel like I need to just say that over and over and over. Like, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I think like we tell kids that we're proud of them all the time, but I don't think as adults we get told that people are proud of us enough. So so a lot of you guys are asking if I'm going to do these again. I will. I used to do them all the time, and then I don't know, I felt like, oh, you're welcome over there. I feel like everybody got tired of me. I don't know. Does that make sense? So I just stopped. But yeah, one of my favorite things to do, I used to do aura drawings, energy drawings all the time. And for those of you guys that don't know, I'm one of just a handful of aura artists in the United States that have the type of synesthesia that I have. So yeah. Aww. That's so sweet. All right. Stephanie V. So I have Stephanie, Michelle, Eunice, Syd, Candace, Stephanie L, and then Allexis. And that is my list for this evening. So, all right. Stephanie V. I'm glad I said the last name, because you guys would be like, wait. Ooh, you are like sunset. Man, you're like this gorgeous orange that kind of fades into a magenta at the bottom. Okay. You're in like idea phase. Every time I see orange, I see that gorgeous orange like that. And I mean, it's like this top over here, and it fades into this magenta just a little bit. Think about that much. The rest of it's this gorgeous orange. Orange is like ideas. It's communication. It's out of the box. It's, I was going to yawn. That's why I paused. Orange is people that change the world. Like a visionary. They have a visionary idea. And the fact that this is over here on this left side, the world right now is giving you idea after idea after idea. Like all of these things. And for some reason, I think that whenever all these ideas are coming in, Stephanie, you're thinking of them and it's like little snippets. You know what I mean? Like little snippets of things like that. But start writing them down, because all of these crazy little snippets of stuff are going to make up one big idea. They're going to make up one big idea. So start writing them down. Start paying attention. What I also love about this orange being so big is that right now you're open to change. You're open to any kind of movement in your trajectory. I think that you have a solid trajectory, like goals that you're working towards, but you're open to change and shift. And that's usually the best time for the universe to come in and be like, guess what? We have this opportunity over here if you want to go that way. Dude, take all the opportunities, Stephanie. Take all the opportunities that come your way. Good or bad. Good or bad outcome. You know what I mean? I don't mean like take the bad opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But like, take the opportunities, because you're at a point right now where the universe is like, you know what? Let's do this and let's do this and let's do this. Like it's just throwing all this crazy shit at you. Do it. Do it. Because what's the worst thing that could happen? You know what I mean? What's the worst thing that could happen? And then you're going to have all of this experience. So when it's funny, when you finally settle down into the nice path that you're supposed to be on, girl, you're fixing to go through such a dynamic time in your life. Like this is like explorer Stephanie time. I want to talk about the magenta real quick, because the magenta on the bottom tells me that you were the peacemaker, the fun one, the one that you tried to make sure everybody was happy and everything was balanced. You were that person for so long. Except with a little bit of, I will smack you in the face if you're an ass. But you were that person for so long that it's like fueling the fire of this experiment and this like, let's go and let's explore and let's do all the things. And dude, go do the things. Go do the things, Stephanie. Like, don't hold back. Go do the things. Go do all the things, Steph. Every one of them. Write down those ideas. Write them down. Whether it's a voice recorder on your phone, whether you keep a little notebook with you, but write them down. I don't care how far-fetched they are. I don't care how crazy they are. I don't care how futuristic movie weird shit they sound. Write them down. Write them down. Write them down. Okay? Yep, you're coming up here in a minute, Stephanie. The other Stephanie. I didn't see Stephanie V pop in, but that's why yeah. So, write them down. Stephanie, write them down. Everything will come together and you'll have this amazing, crazy ass idea and it'll blow you away. So, just saying. Thank you, Trish. All right. Michele M is next. Ready, Michele? I'm probably getting on every time. I'm just letting you guys know. It's just this wall of blue. This is just wall of blue. First of all, Michele, that tells me that you are in super mega protective mode of, I think, you right now. You know what I mean? I think you right now. Super mega protective mode, because it's just blue. Like what you would think of when someone says the color blue. It's not light blue. It's not dark blue. It's just blue. You're in mega protective mode. The thing I love about this, let's talk about the thing I love first, and we're going to sandwich, okay? We're going to talk about the good and some of the bad, and then follow with some good, okay? So the thing I love about that this blue hit me and that you're in protective mode is that you're on the lookout for all the snakes. You're on the lookout for anything and everything that is going to damage you, your family, the people that you love, the things that you care about. So that also means that you're on like heightened alert. Like nothing is going to get by you. And I am not going to tell you not to do that. I'm not going to tell you to like lower down your x-ray vision. I'm not going to tell you to lower that down right now, because something has pinged that in you, that big wall of blue is up, and you are constantly searching for whatever's coming next. Now, I am going to say don't make that a habit, but I feel like right now in this moment for the next really week or so, that needs to be a thing. And I think you need to be watching for all the snakes in the grass that are down there, and, you know, anything that can get, I keep feeling like it's going to dig under the wall. So you know what I mean? Anything that can get under the wall. The bad about this is you're going to have to be careful that you're not keeping out things that are good for you. Things, people, situations, opportunities. Because sometimes when we're in protector mode, we just are maintaining instead of trying to open up to anything new. We're just maintaining. So be careful that you're not excluding opportunities. I'm going to say it that way on purpose. Excluding opportunities. The last good thing I'm going to say is that not only is blue a very protective color, but it's also a very loyal color. In other words, when people meet you, when they come up against that blue like that, I don't think you could lie if you wanted to. I think that you are one of those people that if you were to fib a little bit, you probably, like, I laugh. I'm not a good liar. I've never been a good liar. I laugh. So I think that you have a really bad tell and that people know immediately. But I will say this. Be careful how honest you are with some people, because, and this is the weirdest thing to say, but when I'm going to say it, you guys are going to be like, wait, what? And then you're going to be like, oh yeah, they are. Sometimes people will take your honesty and they will twist it to their own benefit to make you look like the bad guy. Does that make sense? So I'm going to advise you to make sure that the cover your ass is really, really strong, Michelle. Video, writing, recording, whatever you need to do, especially this next week, like, be really, really careful, because whatever this is that has pinged you to be this big blue wall, I love that you're honest, and I love that who Michelle is who Michelle is. But I don't like the feeling that there's somebody that's taking that honesty and warping it into making you look like the bad guy. Like, I'm getting protective again. Like, I'm getting protective again because I'm like, the fuck is this? You know? And people do it all the time, unfortunately, and it's bullshit. But that scared the shit out of me. Thank you, Stephanie. It scared the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck? Michelle, I will say this. I would recommend doing a lot of grounding techniques, especially ones that allow you to let things go. You know, like sticking your feet out in the grass, touching some trees, anything like, go be a tree hugger, you know, like shit like that, because it's going to allow you to let this anxiety go. And I think that after next week, you're going to need that even more. If that makes sense. You're going to need it even more after next week. just letting stuff go. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense, Miss Michelle. All right. Eunice is next. What's up, Miss Eunice? Is Eunice still here? She might have gone to bed already. Hey guys, thanks for joining and hanging out. It's so funny. There you are, Miss Eunice. When I started like kind of pulling in your energy, girl, I know that you were just 100% deflated right now. Because everything went kind of like this, and it's, what are those, like the lounge chairs you see outside at the pool that go like that? Like that's kind of what it looked like. But it's like purple, and then kind of there's a little thin stripe of white, and then there's green, and then there's gold on the other side. So let's break all those down real quick. So I'm going to kind of go through them really quickly, and then I'm going to say like what it tells me that they are. Okay. So this purple, it's a deep royal purple. This is a very spiritual color. This is paying really close attention to all of the signs, all of the symbols, all of the feelings, like everything going on, right? The white is like just a little tiny streak like this. And it, that is you wanting to, it's like there's one specific area that you're just completely diving down the rabbit hole with. You're shoving every single thing into your brain that you can with that. And then you have this big stripe of green over here. And I know that my mods have told me that you sent a couple of messages and stuff, and I'm so sorry I haven't answered you back yet. I was hoping to get to messages today, and my day did not go that way. I know that for you specifically, that green is a lot of health and healing and being focused on that aspect. But this gold over here, this, oh, you're welcome, Twitch. This gold over here is really gorgeous. Gold is like psychic abilities, psychic powers, etc. And all of these together, especially with the way that they flow like this, I would not be surprised to know that your like gifts and abilities are almost painful right now. That you're seeing, hearing, I think hearing is the biggest one. Seeing and hearing are the biggest ones. But I think that you're seeing things on such a deep, different level that you can't explain to everybody because they're going to think you're crazy and like throw you in with the grippy socks. But I have this feeling that your gifts are like they're hurting. They hurt. And you can get to that point when you have anybody that goes under a whole bunch of stress. Let's say you already have gifts and abilities. You already have like some very heightened things going on. And then the next thing you know, you have a lot of stress get piled on you. It can cause your gifts to suddenly be wide open and go through the roof. And then you're like, okay, this hurts. Like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to be around people. I just want to stay in here and watch this video or do this because it fucking hurts. Like, it fucking hurts and you can't stand it. Good night, Temptum. But what I love is that this is also I think you and I deleted that person at the same time, Scarlett. This is also bringing you into this heightened awareness of like literally everything, every particle of air around you, trees 2 states away. Like, you are at this heightened level of awareness right now. You probably feel my eyeball itching. I wish that I had a good book recommendation for you, because I feel like that little strip of white is something very, very specific. Let me think about it for just a little bit. I know I've got a couple of messages that I need to answer for you tomorrow. So let me think about it, because it's like it's right on the tip of my fucking tongue. Let me think about it. And I'll see if I can come up with a couple of things that might help point you in the right direction for what it is you're wanting to learn. Because this is like such a pinpointed thing. To be honest, I really feel like it's about communication from the other side, and vice versa. I know that you're here listening, and I know the girls have told me a little bit about some of your messages, and I don't want to say like too much because some of it's personal, but I hope you understand what I meant when I said communication from both sides. I had a friend that passed away a few years ago and was going through like some very bad cancer, and made sure that he was asking me all the ways he could communicate when he got over there and stuff, and he did. It was crazy. So I am now fascinated with that as well. So let me see if I can find some information, because I have a feeling that that's been one of the top things on your brain. Am I right? Like both sides communication. Yes? Okay. I will say this. I know that's gonna yawn. Green is going to be a good color for you. Green is going to be a good color for you, because it's not only like a healing color and, you know, can kind of help with that. It's also a very analytical color. And especially with trying to learn this specific thing, I think that it will help you tremendously. I think that it will help you tremendously. And also being very analytical about the spiritual stuff, and then about that gold aspect of, you know, power and spirituality and so on. I think that green is going to be the best color for you to kind of focus on, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Get you some green socks, some green shorts, green tank top, green hair. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Maybe don't go that far. I don't know if green would look good on you or not. Come on, that's funny. That's funny. Oop, I just did the wrong button. Hold on. I just broke it. All right, there we go. Hang on here. Oh no, what did I just do? Okay, whoo! It gave me like a whole different list, and I was like, oh shit, I literally did just break it. I didn't though, I got it. I probably would have cried at this point. I probably would have legitimately cried at this point. But it's okay. I didn't break it. I didn't break it. I mean, I am never ever going to say you should not do blue hair. I need to redo the bottom of mine. It's getting a little faded, but yeah, I need to redo the bottom of mine. I'm glad you understand that, Eunice. I'm still trying to figure out what the significance is of it looking like a lounge chair, because that's exact. It's like that exact shape, like that. That one I can't tell you. Like the wall, I can tell you what that is. A circle, I can tell you what that is. But that's just such an interesting shape. Like kind of falling down the rabbit hole, coming out of it a little bit, and back down the rabbit hole. So I mean, follow the white rabbit, girl. Follow the white rabbit down the rabbit hole. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I'll make sure that I get you answered back tomorrow about a few things. The girls have told me. It's just been a lot here lately. I need to say this too. I appreciate some of you guys being so patient and waiting on answers. If any of y'all have ever been sick for a long period of time, or if you have a chronic illness, like my jaw is starting to hurt a little bit right now. today's been the first day that I haven't had to like suck down the Tylenol and ibuprofen. I didn't have to take any pain pills or anything last night, like muscle relaxers to sleep, and not pain pills, muscle relaxers. And that was nice. And that was nice. But like this thing hurting for a month and a half, I don't know how y'all with TMJ live with this. Like, I really don't. I really don't. I have looked like the biggest idiot every night when I've slept. Like my lips, because I've been wearing the mouth guard, I look like Steven Tyler's child. Like I have the lips that puff out and then a jaw sling and it's been ridiculous. But you know what? It's worked and I don't care. I will 100% look like an idiot. I don't care. I don't care. But yeah. So I'll get you guys answered back. And I appreciate y'all being so patient. I really and truly do. More than you know. More than you know. So I need to post the pictures I took because I have been making myself look ridiculous to take pictures just because. No patience. You know me, no patience. Oh, that's funny. You woke up before I said your name. That's funny. That's funny. I feel like we should make capes and cloaks part of regular attire. Maybe not so much in the summertime, but I am 100% down in the wintertime. I'm just saying. 100%. I am all about that. I'm just saying. All right, Syd, are you ready? I have Syd, Candace, Stephanie, and Allexis. I love that some of you guys are like, "Yup, let's do that." I think we should do that. Like, if we're gonna go full on Mad Max up in this bitch, like, I'm wearing a cloak. I'm wearing a cape. I'm wearing a cloak. All right, Syd. Ooh, you. Okay, I see you over there. You have like this gorgeous, like glittery black ribbon thing that, okay. I see you studying the things over there. I see you studying the things over there. I'm going to sit over here and just giggle because that's funny. Good night, Miss Eunice. I hope you get some sleep. I hope you get some good sleep. So, Syd, tell me if I'm wrong before I look behind the black curtain there. Have you been delving into like more ancient practices, like ritual magic, stuff like that, like starting to learn about that kind of stuff? Because that glittery black that popped up, A, is gorgeous, and B, tells me that you've been kind of looking at some of the more, like, I don't want to say ancient practices because that's not right. It's like delving deeper into why things are the way they are with certain magical things, spiritual things. It's like starting to get into more of the history of things and learning about how everything ties in together. I also feel like this last Sunday was weird for you, yeah? Like you feel like something shifted, or I don't know how to explain it, but you feel different after this last weekend. Thank you, Kate. Behind that glittery black color, wait, let me talk about that for one more thing. Black is I love it. It's a very interesting color because it is sophistication, it is power. And when I see that with kind of the, the pinpoints of silver on it, that's a lot of spiritual meaning. It's not spiritual. It's a lot of spiritual power. It's a lot of being connected with the moon and so on and so forth. So it wouldn't surprise me to know that you're really looking forward to this new moon coming up. But behind that, because it's so funny, like you could just barely see behind it. Thank you, Miss Kate. Behind that is like a little thing of green, And then over here is a little thing of orange. You're like such a dualistic person. This is really cool. So on one side, you switch back and forth from being very like nerdily analytical, like over analytical, like jokes go completely over your head, to super outgoing and like you go from extreme introvert to extreme extrovert. It's like boop, 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 boop. And I think it's awesome. There's such different things like this. I think it's fantastic. But let's talk about the green. So this green, it's like it literally looks like a loaf. I don't know. I keep doing this because it looks like just a little loaf right there. But it's like this, I don't know how to explain it. It's not really grass green, but it is. It's like fresh big grass green. I don't know how to say that. Fresh big grass green. Have you been really, thank you, Crystal. Have you been really diving down how to boost your own clairs? Like, have you been starting to smell stuff? Because as I'm looking at this green over here, like I keep feeling like I should be sniffing, like I should be like smelling stuff. Have you been starting to get the, now my brain just went, clairgustance? And while I'm waiting for that, on this side, you have this gorgeous orange. And I mean, it is orange in every sense of the word. Yes, for a while, but recently hadn't. Okay. I would recommend doing it again, because to specifically mention that particular clair of smelling stuff, that's usually one of the harder ones to make work for you. So work on that. Work on that. I know that I joke about it. It really is a cool one to have. It really is a cool one to have. It does suck, don't get me wrong. So does tasting shit. It does suck sometimes, but it really is a cool one to have. But this orange over here, it's the same exact shape. I don't know if you're a video gamer, because I almost feel like they're controllers. It's so funny. But this orange over here, like, it is super bright orange. Okay, so you've kind of had the smell thing going on for a hot minute. Okay. The orange over here is like communication, like solid, crazy communication. And to be honest, after talking about the stuff over here, I think that this is working in two ways. The reason that you're switching back and forth from one to the other is that you have something, whether it's a dream or, you know, something that happens during the day or whatever. You have something over here and you're like, all right, let me analyze every little bit of it. And you're just rolling through, analyzing every little bit of it, like to the point that you're almost oblivious that the whole world exists. And then something else happens and you're like, oh, okay, let me pause that for a little bit because I need to focus over here for a minute. And you have this over communication of the world on this side. And so that's feeding into the analytical stuff, which is feeding into the communication, and it's stacking up and piling up on each other. And to be honest, I don't know what to recommend to help calm that down a little bit, because it almost feels like a fever dream, you know, like it's just like, and I think that it is headed somewhere specific. I think that it's heading somewhere specific, Syd. As maddening as it is for your brain to be back and forth like this, I am going to tell you to let it continue doing this, because whatever this is important. It's important for you to reach that conclusion like this. I think that will shine a lot of light on why that black curtain came up first. The black curtain with the really pretty sparklies in it. But I know when I said, you know, so you've been looking at some interesting thingies. I would probably advise to look at some left-hand path stuff. I would. Doesn't mean you have to completely fall down that rabbit hole. Doesn't mean you have to do any of those things. But I would look at some left-hand path practices. I would look at some left-hand path things, because I think that it'll kind of scratch that itch of that curtain that we talked about. And I think it will also help with these two things coming together like this. So does that make sense, Syd? Also, I don't know if you're neurospicy and that's why your brain works like that, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm gonna yawn again. Y'all don't judge. Don't judge. So yeah, don't judge. Super ADD and gifted. Okay, so you knew what I was talking about with the brain like this. Let it happen. Let it happen, because it needs to put everything in its place until you get to that middle point. So yeah. So yeah. All right. Stephanie L, are you still here? Oh, I lied. I'm sorry. Candace, are you still here? Don't hate me, Stephanie. Don't hate me. I'm so sorry. You're welcome, Syd. Let the brain go. Let the brain do its brain things. I'm just saying. There's Candace. Okay. I was like, my brain went like that. Candace. All right, you ready? I'm sorry, Steph. She was like, yeah, bitch. No, okay. Yeah, you're after Candace, and then is Allexis. Okay, Candace, don't take this wrong, okay? You have this amazing calm energy, and the only two things that came to my mind that it reminded me of is like how you feel when you're pulling up to your grandma's house, like the super awesome grandma that you love, that feeling of like knowing that you can kind of do whatever you want, you know, that grandma's gonna love you for whatever. And then also, I don't know why I thought of this too, but like, we never had one, and I was always kind of jealous of my friends that did. But like back in the 80s, there were these couches that were like a weird, my friends had one that was almost like a silver purple with big flowers on it. And it was like, what the fuck? I don't know what to call it. It was not quite velvet, because it was a little spikier than velvet, but I loved it, right? And I don't know why I thought of that particular couch at the same time when I was like channeling your energy, but you have this like amazing comforting energy that, how often do you have people start to talk to you and then they don't shut up? They don't go away. Like you have to be like, hey, look, like I really gotta go to bed, bitch. Like you gotta leave, you know, like how often do always? Okay. Yeah. You have this like amazing comforting energy, comfortable energy. That's so funny. It's so funny that I felt like it was like I was going to walk in my grandma's house and know that like I was the queen there, or this amazing comfy couch that my friends had. What the hell? Okay. All right. That's so funny. I love it. Okay. Kind of have all these amazing colors, right? So you have like this turquoise and this rich like copper color, and then this purple, and over this is like this really gorgeous like kind of canary yellow. Like these are all things like this, so that this is like this. Like they're all colors I would associate with jewelry. They're all colors like very awesome. Sorry, I had someone being stupid over there on YouTube. So, they're all colors I would associate with like big, bold, bright colors, and I absolutely love it. The turquoise is like the bright turquoise, right? Like not just like the more pale turquoise, like it's a bright, deep turquoise. I associate that with healing. I associate that with like kindness and calm and, you know, the just being able to chill and relax and so on. And then you have that gorgeous kind of coppery color, which copper is an amplifier with anything. And then you have this like deep purple color. So, and they're all like beads, like they look like beads except for the yellow swoop over the top. And then you have this like deep purple over here that, to be honest, reminds me of amethyst. Like it looked a lot like turquoise, a copper bead, and then amethyst, and then just like a golden ribbon over it. I don't know if you make jewelry or why I keep thinking of jewelry when I'm looking at your energy, why I keep thinking of jewelry, but I'm not going to complain. But this purple over here is like this gorgeous, like, let's learn all the spiritual shit, like all the spiritual shit. Let's learn all of it. And then over the top of it, you have this happiness, like this bright yellow, gorgeous color like that. It's just happiness. Like it's gorgeous. I don't know like what's going on in your path in your life right now, but you're really at a good spot. You're really at a good spot where your dad made jewelry and you wear and you wear a ring he made you. I love that. I love that. You're actually you're just at a really good spot in life with who you are and where you're going and why you're going there. Like, I just love it. I love that these are all like just gorgeous, bright things. You know, here's what I would do. This is going to be my advice after seeing those colors, because they just made me happy. Like they just made me happy. You're coming out of chemo. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. I would take the next couple of days and I would just enjoy them. I would just enjoy them. I would just be for a little bit. There's a new moon this weekend. Take the next couple of days to look at the things in your life that are solid. You know what I mean? Like, you know exactly who you are. That's a solid thing. You know exactly who, you know, your best friend is, who this person is, who whatever. You know exactly who all these people are. You know all the good things. Don't even think about the bad shit. Like literally don't. Okay? Give it a couple of days. Tomorrow and Friday, nothing. Everything is good. Don't watch the news. Like, don't watch the news. But all of the good things. And then this weekend is when you can, I don't know if you have a way to like make a fire, have a fire pit, or like just burn some shit. But this weekend would be a good weekend to just write some of the stuff down and burn it. Let it go. You know what I mean? I think that coming out of this next weekend is a whole new Candace. A whole new Candace. I think it's a whole new Candace coming out this next week. And congratulations again. Congratulations. I have never personally been through it. My best friend in high school had to go through several rounds of it. My dad had to go through it a couple years ago, and I know how hard it is to force yourself to go do those things. And so I'm really proud of you. Congratulations. Seriously, congratulations. I know what a big thing that is. And I'm glad that I could read for you this evening. I know that it took forever, but I'm glad I could read for you this evening. Yeah, it's hurting a little bit. It's hurting a little bit. You are so welcome, Candace. You are so welcome. I already knew I was going to overdo it today. So, like, I already knew. When I realized that I slept all the way through the night without taking anything to help me sleep, and that I woke up and it didn't hurt, I was like, I'm going to overdo it today. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I know that people say, "Oh, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you." But I'm proud of you, Candace. I'm proud of you. Because I know that there are days that, you know, I've got a migraine, or I, you know, I'm having a bad brain day or whatever. And man, it's hard to make yourself do the things sometimes. It's hard, even though you know you have to. It's hard. It's hard because you want to be 5 and throw a fit on the floor like, I don't want to go, you know. So yeah. So we're all proud of you. We're all proud of you, Candace. All right, Miss Stephanie. Now, Stephanie. I'm so sorry, Steph. I got dyslexic. I was like, let's just transpose shit. All right. You're interesting. So you have like these little green orbs, but they're really pale green, like really pale green, almost a white. Are you learning like healing? Is that what you're learning, or is that what you're starting to learn? Because there's like several of them right here, but they're like so pale green, they're almost white, like a milky green color. You know what I mean? But they're all right here, like coming in. They're all right here. But what's sure? Oh, that's my kid starting to shower. I was like, what the fuck is that noise? I was like, that is the weirdest noise. But they're all right here. And then I can't see the ones over here. And you have this interesting, like, it almost looks like rain. I don't know. But you know when you see a gray storm cloud and it's like it kind of fades down like that because you can see the rain in it from far away? You've been on an herbalism journey. Okay. You have this gray that kind of is coming down like this. I don't think that the gray is not anything bad, so don't think anything like that. Gray is like sophistication and stability and organization, making sure that actually makes a lot of sense, especially if you're shifting stuff around in your house. But you've got all of these things over here coming in like this, and then this kind of gorgeous soft gray coming down like that. I was trying to focus and see what's over here, but I don't think there's anything over here right now, which tells me that you're doing all of this stuff for you finally. Instead of trying to do everything for everybody else, you're doing stuff just for Stephanie right now. Like this is all for Stephanie. I mean, it might be for other people later on, but right now it's for Stephanie. What I love about the gray too is that it's just gorgeous, like just kind of soft fade down like that. I love that you're taking time for Stephanie. I love that you're focused on your well-being and your health. And why do I feel like you're like over here on this little island by yourself? Why do I feel like you've isolated yourself from everybody? Like on purpose. You were like, you know what? Fuck all y'all. I'm gonna be over here. Why do I feel like you just were like, I'm just gonna be over here and you can't come over here? Like I don't feel like in a mean way, because you kind of do. I don't feel like it's in a mean way. I feel like you were just like, you know what? I'm doing this. I don't know why it's empty over here. And to be honest, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it because the right side is like what you give out, right? And I don't have a problem with it. I think that it's balanced for what Stephanie needs right now. I hope that made sense. You've really pulled away from a lot of people and keep quiet. I got you. I got you. I understand. I understand. My friend, I would say keep on diving down this healing path. I would also look at maybe branching out with some other things. There are a lot of things that go hand in hand with herbalism. with different healing modalities, like moxibustion is one. It's not something that you hear about very much, but it is a burning of certain kind of herbs, like pressed herbs, that make an infrared heat, and can help like alleviate sore muscles and so on. It's actually phenomenal. But things like acupressure, you know what I mean? I would start to delve down some of those alternative healing methods as well. I really and truly would. I think that they'll do you an amazing amount of good. They go hand in hand with herbalism. So, the other reason I mentioned that is because there are 4 of these little green orbs over here. The fact that they're so pale green that they're almost white, I would learn everything you can right now. Iridology is really cool. There's a lady, I don't know if she still does, but there used to be a lady in Sapulpa named Phyllis, and her dad used to read eyes, and she reads eyes as well. I would love to learn, but it's not high on my list anymore. It used to be really high on my list, but not anymore. But iridology is a fantastic thing. I went to her once when I was younger, and she was spot on. She was spot on. So if that's something that that interests you, then you absolutely should look into it. There are not a lot of people that do iridology. Not a lot at all anymore. It is becoming a lost art like palmistry. So I 100% would do that. Yeah. Yes. So with iridology, that you can look at the iris of somebody's eye. So Phyllis she'd come up, she'd put her glasses on, and she'd, get right here close to your eyes, and she'd look at everything, and she would go, you need this, 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 and this. You've got a bladder infection. You've got this. You've got whatever. Like, she could pinpoint everything. She could pinpoint everything. It was really, really fucking cool. So, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. But, yeah, Stephanie, 100%. I would start learning it. I would start learning it. I don't have any book recommendations on it. I have a couple of books, but I haven't read them. I haven't read them because I have so much time. But yeah. Yeah. Do it. Do it. Dive down the path, Steph. Dive down that path. I would also, if you don't have any kind of like milky colored jade, I would get some. I would get some. I'm just saying. I love it. You're all in with all of it. Do it. Do it. I think that 100% is exactly what you should be doing right now. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I think it's 100% what you should be doing right now. You were just asking them about jade. I mean, seeing those, the milky green over here. I was looking at my pile of bracelets to see if I had anything even similar to what I'm looking at. This isn't quite, this is a little too green. But, yeah. The lighter the jade, the better, I would say. You just painted your office green. You can't make this shit up. I love it. You can't make this shit up. Don't look. Don't look. Don't watch beyond. There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. I think that you're 100% on the right path right now. Dive down all of it. Then you can be the crazy lady at the end of the road with the homestead who reads eyeballs. mean, there's worse things to be. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's much worse things to be. Much worse things to be. But I also want to reiterate the gray. Look up what gray means spiritually. I'm just saying. So yeah. Yeah, if only it were that easy, huh? If only life were like World of Warcraft. I'm just saying. I love it. I love it. All right, Miss Alexis, are you ready? And then I'm going to check the weather and go to bed. So, I love this earring. I always get so many compliments. I need to find the other one. Not that I ever wear them together anyway, but I need to find the other one. So, you are so welcome, Stephanie. And thank you for not hating me for that mix-up. So, I'm so sorry. All right, Alexis, you ready? I knew that was coming. I love this. You are like this really bright block of blue, a little bit of white, and then there's a big old block of red. It's so funny. So we're going to talk about the blue first and move down to the red because that red is humongous. So the blue is about like this, right? I guess I should not hold my hands out there so you can see it over here. The blue is about like this. And it is, God, my nose is itching so bad. Quit talking about me. Whoever's talking about me. It is like just a pretty run-of-the-mill regular blue. But the fact that it's a solid block tells me that, and the fact that we got this big old red to talk about over here, it tells me that you've really been focused on your personal inner peace. You have really been taking the time to look around to go, you know what? You're kind of a piece of shit, and every time you're around, I get upset. And you just want to use me for what I can do for you. You're cool because you've always just been my friend, and that's it. But like, you've really been looking at who and what is damaging your inner peace. And if something is damaging your inner peace, then it's out. Like, you're not going to entertain it. You're not talking about it. You're not doing it anymore. And then this little sliver of white right here. It's kind of interesting because it's holding these two apart. White usually means, you know, delving down the rabbit hole and learning all the things, but it also means cleansing and clearing. And I think that in your case, that is exactly what this big white part in the middle represents, is clearing out anything and everything that is damaging your inner peace. And it's like getting ready for this. And we're going to talk about the red here in a minute. I think that the next few days, especially this weekend, are going to be phenomenal for you continuing to clean out the energy, continuing to clean out people, continuing. And I think that that's the main part of it. I don't think it's so much like stuff. I think that it is people and energy. Like, I don't need your stank ass shit. Bye. But this red over here, this red block is like the big part. It's humongous. I'm going to advise you to be really careful with that because it's so big and so thick and so heavy. This is a lot of anger. It's a lot of passion. It's a lot of pent up emotion. And I don't want to say anger too much and make you think that I'm saying that you're an angry person. I don't think that's it. I think that something over here has shifted enough to make you look at your own inner peace and what is helping it and what is hurting it. And then you have this big old massive block of red right here that is ready to fall on anybody as soon as they fucking look at you sideways. In other words, this is 100% fed up. It's 100% fed up. So the only thing I'm going to say is be really careful with that, because that thing is humongous compared to these other two. That's a lot of pent up emotion. And I would advise finding a way to like healthily let that start to let that go. And it's going to take a little tiny bit at a time. You're not going to be able to just like get rid of it all, but start doing a little bit at a time. One of the things that I am going to say is that getting rid of this can be as simple as starting to kind of pull some of that anger and channel it and feel it and understand, like, this is why I'm angry because so-and-so did this. This is why I'm angry because so-and-so whatever. I really would try to kind of pull that a little bit and channel it out into the universe. That is literally what I would say. That's what I would say. Eventually, this is going to overwhelm you if you don't start chipping away at it. So I don't normally recommend this, but because of that big red block, I'm going to. If you go on YouTube and you look up, and you have to put a space in between these, okay? So if you put the number 3, and then a space, and then the number 33, and then a space, and then 333, and then a space, and then 3333, and then put HZ. So 333, 333, 3333, HZ. There is a couple of like musical frequency things on there that have all 4 of those frequencies in them. I think it would do you a lot of good, Allexis, especially for helping to alleviate some of this heaviness, because when you're carrying around it, I legit feel like it's almost a betrayal aspect. When you're carrying some of that around, it can weigh on you. It can weigh on you. That playlist or that piece on YouTube that's all 4 of those 3s, I think that it will help you a lot. So the single frequencies are known as what's like God codes. They're, under 10. Wow, I've been on here for hours and it's just now making me say that I am who I am. But those are considered like God codes. And then the next one is considered like earth tones, and then the solfeggio, and then higher. So start with 3, space, 33, space, 333, space, 3333, and then put HZ. So 333, 333, and 3333 hertz. It is one of my favorite meditations on YouTube. In fact, I might listen to it tonight. I haven't listened to it in a little while, but any of y'all, it will do all of y'all a lot of good. I like that one because it combines the God codes with the earth codes, with the solfeggios, with the higher ones. Yes. I'm gonna pin your comment, Temptum. That right there. Yeah, that right there. The 333, 333, and 3333. There's a couple of them on YouTube. One of them's been on there for a long time. And I don't recommend listening to it every single night, but it's good to just clear some shit, and it's almost like an entire reset. But I think it will help a lot, Allexis. And I'm so sorry that people are shit. Now I got the hiccups. I'm so sorry that people are shit and have caused that big, huge block of red to be there. So just start chipping away at it. It'll go away. I promise. I promise. It'll just take a little bit. So did that make sense to you? The block of blue, the cleansing shit, and then the big block of red. And thank you for waiting so patiently for so long. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it so much. Brandon, is it raining where you are yet? It happened last year and you're still, I understand. I understand. It can be really hard to let the shit go. Not yet, just windy. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've actually legitimately thought that it's storming outside a couple of times, but it's not. Yeah, it's headed your way. It's headed your way. Beheaded mine later. Yay, storms. Yay. It's raining at your place? I think it's raining everywhere. I was looking at some stuff earlier. It's storming the whole South. It's storming all over the whole South. I think I'm just gonna say. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go take some medicine and put a heating pad on my face and do the face planting thingies. And yeah. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Yeah. Because it's not quite midnight. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, which also means Reiki and reads. So I will see you guys. I'll see you then. And yes, we will 100% do these again, I promise. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me so late.